everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Broomball Pod. It's currently raining outside. We hope that my house doesn't flood. But yeah, hello everyone. How are you doing? Today, for some reason, I've just been streaming basically non-stop for the last day and a half. So let's say hello to the others. Hello, others.
Hello, others.
Hello.
All right,
Hello,
and let's go. Minecraft is visible. Nice. It's a little laggy because I'm like 1,000 blocks away from everyone else, and this is an online server, so. But yeah, catch me trying to catch a Genesect with the electric disc.
Yo, I can't believe it. They made Power World with real Pokemon.
Oh my god. Shove off.
Oh, man.
Just shove off.
I shall push my wheelie chair away from my desk and it shall get stuck in the carpet. Shove. No, it won't get stuck. My carpet's not nearly long enough for that. I did recently have to replace the, like, plastic thingy that the chair runs on with a new one.
Oh. What happened?
One, because the old one was getting pretty worn out, and two, because Dad had one of those that he needed to have gotten out of the way, so.
Well, it's a win-win situation. Great. So, how was everyone's this week?
Hold on, Jimmy, before we get that, I think we skipped a step.
What?
have a special guest this week.
Oh, truth! Everyone say hello to the Flareon in the corner. Hello, Flareon in the corner. How are you doing today?
Hello, Flareon in the corner.
I'm Darius. Doing well.
Yes, he is one of my, like, first online friends, Darius. I've known him since 2017?
Yeah, around that time. Yeah, quite a long time.
Yeah.
Hold on. We have both. I swear we've had at least one other person who's from a country that borders Germany.
Czechia?
No,
For some
we've
reason, I
had
want to say we had a French person at one point. I don't know why.
Oh, a French
No.
person.
Octos Dutch, oh god.
I am.
I can't see the name, but the really clever British girl. That was
Oh crap. Kila.
yeah, Keela. Keela's
I
British.
thought they were Irish.
Maybe. Oh god, maybe they are Irish.
You don't want to confuse them.
Oh god, I feel bad.
Well, she would actually figure it out.
Carby's American, duh. I'm Spanish. Meep's American, and Mina's American.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought we were building a collection of all the countries that bordered Germany.
Ah, okay, so I see. So that's the plan, okay.
We got to surround
Like
Germany.
Pokemon. Okay. Oh, okay, I see.
Hey, listen. European.
Yeah.
I'm collecting you as friends and Pokemon the same way you collected people in my country as Pokemon.
Okay, I was not expecting that. What a way to start the stream. Alright, well, this section of the stream.
Anyway, moving on from that.
To the room of idea about.
No, before we do that, how's everyone's day been?
It just started.
How's everyone's week been? What about the week?
Quite well.
So, the Americans have had the clocks changed, so transatlantic ship purchasing can resume at full efficiency
Let's go. When did it change? Today?
today.
Literally this morning. It was 1 o'clock twice.
Whack.
The other day, when I walked up to the store, kind of just cause, and when we were walking back, we spotted, like, literally, like, an abandoned ladder, like, a small, like, 3-step ladder, just, like, kind of
Mm-hmm.
on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
It's just abandoned, and we're just looking at it, it's like, well, it's just sitting there, it's no one's, and if we just leave it here, it's just trash, so we'll take it home, and either we'll dispose of it properly, or we have a new little ladder. Cool. Did get a bunch of the dust on me though, so I had to hug my flannel in the wash, so I'm wearing a different one.
Lucky flannel, baby, lucky flannel.
This one has metal buttons.
Ooh.
Really weird, because whenever I end up touching them, they're always cold. But this one's heavier material, which is good because it's getting to that time of year. Just ignore the fact that my computer doubles as a space heater.
What now?
My desktop produces a lot of waste heat, and it's very good at getting it out of the computer. The problem is, I like to keep my door closed.
Ah, so your room becomes an oven, got it.
Yes.
I can feel that.
Rather warm.
It's summer every day in my room.
Shall we start off? Everyone else is weak. Bolt.
Somewhat uneventful. Yesterday was kind of fun for me and the family. It's a bit personal, so I won't get into too much detail, but rest assured it was for a good reason that we had to celebrate something.
Party, fiesta, fiesta.
Yes.
Resenting but I had fun with him. Especially because he wasn't there that day.
Well, up for Halloween? Did anyone dress up for Halloween?
Nope.
Of course I did.
Nope.
What did you dress up as, Mina?
I was a witch, as I usually am. But I was a cute as fuck witch.
Hell yeah.
There.
Meanwhile, over where I am, none of us bothered, and we got all of one trick-or-treater.
Yeah, it's like there's a lack of peace now. Because there's no trick-or-treaters anywhere.
All the youths in our neighborhoods have grown up.
I did go to a haunted house.
Oh.
I got chased by two guys with chainsaws, and one of them was my boss. My other
That sounds like fun.
Oh boy!
Nothing to see here. Please disperse.
No, he came by because they had the non-scary ones there. So we had a scary
Mm-hmm.
and as he was running past us, scary actors that watched us, I saw him. I'm like, "Hey, John!" He just kept running past with the chainsaw. I'm like, so that's where you get all your clientele. It's for life insurance.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh.
Damn.
Hey.
Here.
It's effective, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo. Yes, me. Please let me ask more Pokeballs in other fucking backpacks.
Anyone else? Before we get into it?
Before I get into
I
the
was
video.
honestly calm. Not calm. Sadly, no trick-or-treaters because I live in a village and basically no one celebrates it, sadly.
Damn. To be fair, it is primarily American holiday.
Yeah, but if I remember right, the original celebration during All Hallows Eve was to chase off evil spirits. Because
Oh yeah, it comes from the Irish.
yeah. What?
But around like Germany and especially Austria, like in the big cities they celebrate it, but around villages and on countrysides they basically
Sadly, cultural victory.
You kidding me? Did it despawn?
Christianity being out here like, no, you can't do that. That's a pagan holiday. Anyway, we're now gonna appropriate Yule and make it our most important holiday of the year.
Which is?
Christmas.
Ah, Christmas.
Christmas, I think.
Yeah, Christmas tree is literally the appropriation of the Yule tree, like pagan tradition. It's like literally like kind of shit. The clutches of pearls and the thought of pretending to be a wizard who clutches dragons. Christians were like calling pagan witchcraft, and it's literally just Christmas. Well, the exact sense of are obviously different. There's no Jesus involved in the pagan period.
Yeah, my mom and I were talking about somewhere. Because lambs were already lambs.
Yeah. I still think my favorite was they managed to track down like to like almost a minute when Jesus was actually crucified by doing some trickery with the fact that solar eclipses are cyclical. And the Catholics were like, nah, fake news. It doesn't align with Easter, which is a different pagan holiday we appropriated. Anyway. Moving on with my gripes. Moving on from my gripes with organized religion. We have some things that we put out on last week for one reason or another. Starting off, we have the Pokemon Giga Leak.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to talk about it with Mina in here because I thought she'd also be interested in listening about it. Good. Hey, because
So,
boy,
Alex. First of all, let's start off with poor Alex, dude.
what happened with that? Oh, Cyclosion, right? Did you? Someone went. Okay, funnily enough, someone went to the rescue. Someone went to the defense of Typhlosion.
But it was just one Typhlosion and not all Typhlosion?
Not just that, the fact that the translation was a machine translation, so it wasn't like fully correct.
I also saw someone be like, "Oh, look, it says shapeshiftery. Who do we know who's a shapeshifter?"
Zoroark.
Ditto.
Also that.
Zoro.
I was thinking more Zoroark because I don't think Ditto is in Hisui, but Zoroark is.
Still, it's the bit. Either that or Mew, because Mew also shapeshifts.
What do you do when Poke Jesus
The same as the Greek, as whoever got screwed over by Zeus would, I guess.
Oh, Zeus.
And hurl this thunderbolt.
Greek mythology, lovely.
Anyway, the other things I know from the league was the water rabbit starter that I think was supposed to be put in the league tip.
People were so
Water rabbit,
mad
okay.
that it wasn't the water rabbit and it was Mudkip who had chosen. I'm like, have you seen Mudkip?
Mudkip is a little guy.
He's adorable.
He's adorable.
They still definitely should have gone back to that design though at some point.
Probably Scorbunny.
But that's Fire Bunny.
But it's still, it's pretty similar in shape. If you take a look at them.
Yes, because it's a rabbit, Jimmy.
There's only so many ways you can.
It's like the people saying that the Power World copy Pokemon with the sheep cow because it's a sheep.
I forget what I said.
Hell, you can say Wooloo copy Pokemon's own work with Mareep because they're both sheep. Two legs strong together. Like joint sheep herd. The Ampere herding dog.
Another Genesect spawned in, and I don't even see this one.
Damn. The water episode is definitely like one of the cuter beta Pokemon that doing stuff with. I personally think it gives me very strong like the mimic art style. Kind of seems to be like a thing they do. And I said as much. There was also us here, the certified absolute enjoyer club, the beta absolute, right?
I don't like it.
I think I definitely think the one that ended up going with is generally better. Definitely, it leaned the beta one leaned far harder into the yin and yang motif Absol's head has gone. Especially the back sprite for it, I think was really just no. The front sprite though, I thought was actually fairly okay. I thought it was interesting.
Also,
Potato.
you'll see the beta for Zigzagoon.
Yes.
He's a little
No.
guy.
Around.
He's just a little potato.
Potato.
Hold on, there is
Bring up the screen.
I'm on it. We do have it on the images chat. It's up there somewhere. Potato.
Yeah. Potato goon.
Yeah.
Shape.
Oh god, yeah, he's a potato. Oh
He's
my
just a
god.
little
I
guy.
mean, it's basically just like the final Zigzagoon, just a bit chubbier.
Yes, but potato.
He did enjoy a few meals, you know? A bit potato meals.
He's so chunky. You can throw this guy like if it was a rugby ball. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
And a rugby ball. Yeah, I guess.
He's sheep, but friend.
Gee.
There was also also a big no-no part of the league where a lot of addresses and names and information
Yeah, no,
about
that was
Game Freak
print.
workers was that was a
Oh
big
no,
no-no.
they did not.
Yes,
Oh
big
god.
it's funny because Junichi Masuda addressed the league, but it only addressed that part. It didn't address all the information that we got out of it.
Yeah, it's because that's the part that's actually problematic.
Yeah.
Like all your old concept art from like 20 years ago is like whatever. But like people's personal information, no, that's cringe.
It's like one of the bad sides of the league.
Yeah, no, that's the if you're the hackers who have got access to that information, leak it. That's the part you edit out.
And then they just, the way they're like, oh, I'm not gonna release the new game or nothing, but it just didn't. He had ample time and the wherewithal to not release the new game. Did not give a shit about the new game.
It's even more cringe. Because it was an actual edited set, because it excluded that part, but it didn't. Cringe.
Yeah, that's why I find leaks in general terrible because they hurt employees, and especially the projects, if they are future projects, especially. Yeah.
Anyway. So you guys want to talk about the Giga League? Any more like data strands you want
I mean, it's mostly the same thing. It's like it's beta Pokemon, beta lore, which is mostly just no. Because there's a few Pokemon affected by this. It's not just Typhlosion. I hope you'll know that.
Yes.
It's also Lapras and Octillery and
What? Oh my
I think
god.
the Blackhawk line was also affected by it. Yeah, I know, but people like harped on Typhlosion like fucking just like vultures, or not vultures actually. Which could be a good like hunting bird. An eagle? Do eagles hunt?
Yeah, I would say they hunt eagles, yeah.
Yeah, like a bunch of eagles hunting. And I'm pretty sure they hunt on their own, but that's But yeah, it's been kind of wild. And yeah, basically more or less it's just been kind of wild. And someone decided, no, I will not stand for this Typhlosion slander, which by the way, based, and made some research into it, and basically, yeah, no, it's the reason why it sounds like it is. It's just machine translation gone wrong, I guess.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Japanese, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the languages that's can be hard to machine translate to English because there's a lot of the very nuanced versions of the different words that all technically mean the same thing, but in different contexts.
Yeah, from what I know, there's always a lot of mistakes when you translate Japanese, or try to translate it, probably.
I think that's pretty much it, apart from, also a lot of, like, things from the other games that isn't just Pokemon, like places and, oh yeah! The fact that Skylar's a Latina.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's one of the things you
Now we
want to
got another Latina for Shadow the Hedgehog.
Let's go. You understand, Sonic? I really like
Did we
Latinas.
add that to Roomba?
The Sonic likes Latinas?
No, not Sonic. Shadow. No, Sonic Generations recently came out.
Oh, no, we didn't, but, assume you've played it, Mina, because I have not.
I've not played it because I'm poor, but I've been watching my friends play it a lot.
So how is it?
Man, they managed to fix forces, dude. Forces as a Sonic level plays so much better than the entirety of actual Sonic Forces.
Wait.
Sonic Forces was janky and cluttered, and it did not run as a Sonic game. Usually in Sonic games, C is your name. But even then, when you're playing as a non-speed type character, like, your OC, it's a little hard to go. It's so overwhelming and cluttered, and the controls are janky, especially the Joy-Con controls. Then it's just not that great of a time. However, they managed to streamline most of it in Sonata Generations.
I love how you call it.
It's Sonic X Shadow. It's Sonata.
I think I was talking about this to Cardi.
Netters and
I
that's
think I was talking about this to Cardi as well the other day. I just called it Sonata as well. He's like, Sonic X Shadow, do not make it horny. I'm like, Sonato. And they
I
freaked
didn't need to. It did it for me.
Exactly.
They could have just said Sonic Shadow Generations. But they put the X in there. And it's just like in Hunter x Hunter. Some people were just gonna pronounce the X. Like Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah. And well, we all know what that means.
It's also one of the most popular ships aside from Sonata. But there is a bunch of other games that there is a scene in the game where Shadow and Sonic do the same. They did
So SA2,
yeah, the pose.
the ball, and the
I'm
flying.
gonna try to avoid the story and hope it's not that it's She was great. The Rail Canyon was a nightmare to go through during Sonic Heroes, especially in groups of 3. You can see the 3 rails for where there was originally supposed to be. Like, for example, Rouge and Omega by your side as Team Dark.
Yeah.
However, as Shadow, you get full range of it, and it's completely streamed. It's not at all as jank and the problems to jump through the rails as it was in Sonic Heroes.
Sonic
Sonic Heroes tactics. But it's you would hope that it would have streamed Sonic Heroes, right? Considering how long it's been. When Sonic Heroes was released, being held together with nothing but glue sticks, glitter glue, and a dream.
The fact that it works is shocking.
It barely works.
Halo 2 development cycle moment.
It's funny that you say that. I played Halo 2 with my mate. We finished it the other day. We started playing Halo 3, which is Mimic's favorite.
Like the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah, the hamster tube.
The mustard beef.
Hamster Chief.
Hamster tube.
I still have to play it. I do have ones too. But I have to get it something.
Also, just really quickly, side note, I have a pink Pidgeotto in my picture now. Me too, and I can Mega Evolve it, I think.
I haven't gotten any of them. But, going back to Sonic Generations, I really like the rewrites that Ian Flynn put in Sonic Generations, and it makes me upset that people are wishing him death for changing the script in Sonic Generations.
Say it with me, chat! To the surprise of absolutely nobody!
It really just is people who are upset that they covered up Rouge's TV before. But people are the most upset that Amy is no longer the rabid fangirl she was when she was 12 years old.
You know, because she grew up.
Because technically, nobody has any canonical age anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming without the added,
Sonic.
Sonic shoving her off.
I thought your middle name was Doug.
It's actually Maurice.
Maurice, I can't move it anymore.
I mean, at least Maurice is better than his first name. Maurice is arguably better than Sonic's first name. His government name, not Sonic.
Not my government.
What is his government name?
Ogilvy.
What? Ogilvy?
Maurice Hedgehog.
Okay.
I'm not
When's
making
that
this
gonna
up.
show up in the Sonic movies?
I'm not making this shit up. That was in the comics.
I believe you.
Like, going back to the comics for a second, like mentioning, y'all know about Ken Penders?
No.
No.
Ken Penders is the guy who has the autism for Knuckles.
Oh yeah, the dude that ruined Knuckles' entire canonism, right?
Yes, he's the one who's made all of the Knuckles lore as far as Archie Comics are concerned. And he's the reason why Archie Comics aren't a thing anymore.
Damn.
So basically he was given complete freedom control over Knuckles in a separate side comic called his Cat. Eventually they lost this idea. Don't the reason why we don't have Saturday anymore
Cringe.
and now Ken has grown to an NFT site with Archie
Right.
for the right to his character that create while working with Archie. Archie didn't have documentation showing that every while working under that was legally unstable. Sega didn't have it. So now that Ken has ownership of over 7 different Sonic characters, including the entirety of the Knuckles So, as a result,
Wait, even to call?
no,
Oh,
Al was Sonic and Knuckles, so he did not have the right to call.
okay.
But he had the rights to this echidna tribe that he created called the Dark Legion. So naturally, when something similar showed up in Sonic Chronicles, he sued Sega. I believe the case was dismissed, but Sega never made a Sonic Chronicles after that.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's very funny because
Big Jeff
Sonic
motherfucker.
Chronicles ends in a cliffhanger that will never be solved.
yep. Aside from which, the reason I'm bringing him up is he hates Ian Flynn with a passion, right? Because he thinks Ian Flynn is a startup that stole his job as the savior of Sonic, and he doesn't like him. Makes fun of him a lot on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
However,
Tells
the
you how much
top-
his opinion's worth.
Yeah. He's also made NFTs of all the Knuckles spin-offs,
Cringe.
and he is the sole creator of Julie Sue, who is it was either Julie Sue or Laura Sue. I can't remember which is which. For the who is Knuckles' daughter, and he made a comic based off of it. I can't remember the name of the comic. It sold recently. Like he finally finished it after 15 fucking years. The art looks atrocious. Absolutely grotesque. They should not have individual teeth on Sonic characters.
Agreed.
But the reason I'm bringing Ken Flynn up is the hate on Ian Flynn for what he did to Generations. Moving along pretty nice. Is so bad that Ken Penders is like, hey, yo, leave him alone.
Wow.
After establishing how much of a piece of shit Ken has been,
That's pretty
Yeah.
basic.
our bingo card check now.
Oh,
Yes.
what is it? What did we process
Alright.
it out?
You said.
So, Darius, because you're new here, we at the start of the year created a pair of bingo cards for the year 2024. And we check in on them every once in a while to see if we get bingo.
Okay.
So the first is our general global news bingo card,
Oh, okay. I see. Okay,
where
it goes like this. Okay.
we have a bingo if we count the half points we've given someone, but otherwise we don't have a full true bingo. We're close. No, we don't. So let's see. Starting us off. Has there been a new war this year in Asia?
But I know
I only believe border conflicts, but no wars.
Part of me wants to give it a half point
Because of border conflicts?
No, because of the actual proper hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah, but Hezbollah is a non-state actor.
Yeah, that's the
But as
thing.
part of that, Israel did invade Lebanon, which is another country.
Oh, okay, then yeah. A half
So,
point would work, yeah.
because of that, I want to give it a half.
I mean, we do have a new conflict in Czech.
Well, it's not really new, because it's more of like a branch of an existing one.
An extension of a conflict.
New. I'm gonna give it a half. Are we in agreement? Half point.
Yep.
Yep.
That gives us a second one. That gives us the top row is now crossed off if we do half, as is the O column. Next, orange man in jail or Oval Office. We're gonna find that out in 2 days.
Oh God, you're right.
Oh my god.
Right, elections is in no time.
Yeah. And despite the fact he's a convicted felon, as of like fucking February, he hasn't been sentenced yet. Still. Anyway.
Any American, okay, hold on, just really quickly. Any American, please use your brains and vote against
Yeah.
this man.
Americans, if you haven't already, go vote. Anyway. Has there been any news about some regional demon legend? No regional demon shit. Okay.
No regional dimension that I can remember. We did get some rain yesterday, though.
Don't
New
talk to me
dictatorship
about
in
rain.
Europe. I don't think there's been anything like that this year.
No, not this year, no.
Europeans, how has your dictatorships been?
We don't have any dictatorships yet.
Okay, that answers that question.
Hold on, I need to forget the half ticks. New War in America's is half ticked. No, nothing new there. No full stuff. World leader assassinated. We've only got a half tick because there was an attempt earlier in the year. But no one's actually keeled over and died from those, unless I'm mistaken.
Unless I'm mistaken, then they keeled down and died from cringe.
Half tick. New TF2 killer game comes out. I haven't seen any talk about that.
Oh.
Closest thing was Concord, and you will know how that was.
Yeah,
Nope.
Concord was doomed from the start, honestly. Like, this was one. Yeah, it was lost hope.
Skipping over the first ones. We have one that was honestly more put on here for the meme, which wasn't ever gonna happen. Irish reunification, because Star Trek said it would happen this year.
Ah,
That hasn't happened.
yeah, nah, sadly.
Pandemic 2.
I
Nope.
mean, wouldn't it be a half point though?
It already has a half point.
Like, didn't we have something with some kind of monkey disease?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
already
the
given it. We
market is, yeah.
already have it with a half point.
Yeah.
New war in Africa. I haven't heard of anything.
No.
A coup d'etat in the New World. That's got a half tick because there was an attempt that failed. I haven't heard of any others. The Big Sad 2.0. Major global economic issues. Nope.
Luckily not.
If that one does happen, though, we get bingo.
actual bingo.
Yeah, that would be a full bingo if we got that one.
Nice.
AI issues, that's still the half tick. We got a half tick for a coup d'etat in the old world, so there. Twitter finally fucking dies. Nope, that gets to remain as is.
However, more and more of the people I know are moving to Blue Sky, so that's pretty fun.
So, soon TM, maybe. And then new war in Europe. There hasn't been anything new on that front. Unless you count North Korea getting involved in Ukraine, but I don't, so.
If you don't, which is the clever, if the clever guy doesn't add it, we don't add it.
Then we have the gaming bingo card. First of all, has the Game Awards happened yet this year?
New.
Alright, so
No, they haven't in December.
Has there been any Activision Blizzard drama?
Now that I can think of it.
I don't believe that Black Ops 6 had any drama, and that was the no newest release game, so no.
Hideo Kojima shenanigans.
Unlikely, no. The Hideo Kojima shenanigans.
Define shenanigans.
I don't know.
You mean Twitter, or like Twitter messages that he
Not
sends
Twitter.
to other
Twitter
people,
doesn't
or-
count.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I don't
then
even
no.
know what this is.
That's fine, no.
What that is. That was just something.
Ah, okay. Ah, I wouldn't say anything.
Has the Minecraft mob vote happened yet?
There's not gonna be a mob vote anymore. They discarded it.
Oh, they discarded. Okay.
Yeah, they just
so we're not
said-
gonna be able to cross off that.
They just said no more mob vote. We've seen how angry
We've learned our lesson.
we've seen how angry people of Twitter get. So no mob vote anymore, and people rejoiced.
Pokemon Gen 5 remake isn't happening. Wizards of the Coast drama. I haven't seen anything from that. New 3D Mario announced or released.
Nope.
A good video game movie that isn't Sonic.
No, but the
think so.
Minecraft movie got announced.
I feel like that's gonna be the opposite of this.
I know. I was being. I was waiting for like the typical like laughter in a bottle joke type laugh.
Wait, what was that? Can you go back to the video game movie? We talked about the Minecraft movie, right? Or was it the prerequisite that it needed to be a good?
It needs to be a good movie.
Yeah, it needs to be a good movie. And then I said jokingly, well, the Minecraft movie got announced.
Yeah.
Into laugh track.
But
right?
only movies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, specifically good video game movies. Specifically.
I wanted to
Okay.
save money to commission this artist on Instagram to make me a set of cunty shadow shoes.
I'm sorry. What?
I wanted to wear a pair of cunty shadow shoes to movie 3, the premiere, because it comes out in my birthday month.
Nope. PlayStation 5 quote-unquote exclusive ported to another system.
Actually, yes. I'm pretty sure there has been.
I don't know.
I think
no.
I think Spider-Man's getting ported. I think Spider-Man Miles Morales is getting ported to PC.
Oh, man.
Right.
Double check that for me.
I'm going to.
Sweet.
The
That's
game
whatever.
canceled due to the creators being canceled.
Oh yes, Miles Morales is coming on PC. It's already on it.
Right. In that case, that gets crossed off. Let's go. PlayStation had no games.
PS5 has no games.
Game canceled due to creators being canceled. That happened in reverse.
What do you mean by that?
Because Concord died so hard the studio got shut down.
Oh yeah. No, I swear to God, Concord was such a catastrophe. I don't have any idea how the market team and anyone on that studio thought
There
that
was a
that was a
marketing
good idea.
team?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give that one a plus instead of an X because it happened in reverse.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
New Buggy Bethesda game.
No.
No news from that, dude. No news from Bethesda. It's good news.
New game's Easter egg goes viral.
I know there's been a couple Easter eggs that went live because of Odd Hitter. And I guess the leaks don't count as Easter eggs either.
Nope.
Not as far as I know. But I don't remember any Easter eggs that went viral lately, so no.
So that means that currently on this card we have the -1 bingo from the reverse happening with Concord, where one, which is also one short of that being a bingo, where you're not going to get the one against Mob Bits, you can't get that one, would be a bingo. And Wizards of the Coast drama would also be a bingo. So we're close, but not quite.
God damn it.
Let's see. Next thing in here, Carby wanted to do the Carl Jobs fee Billy Mitchell fart evidence.
Oh, that one. Oh, that is hilarious.
The fact
Oh,
that
yeah,
something
Carby
is
wants to
called
talk
fart
about
evidence
it.
is just...
If we want to wait for Carby, that's fine, but I can also
Yeah.
talk about it.
Hold on. We'll come back. I'm gonna ping Carby and ask if we do that without him. But I think you Mina had added the Shrek official watch order drop.
What?
Watch order.
Oh, yes. So the Shrek Twitter talked about the chronological events of Shrek. Like which way you should be watching all of the movies. In what order. Let's see.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, so we finally got the watch order. Let's see what it is.
Follow the watch order. Shrek movies in order, chronologically or by release date. I don't want them in order of release date. I want them in order of which way you need to watch them.
hey.
I know it's Twitter.
Twitter.com. Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com?
Posted my nudes on Twitter.com.
What did you do? What I had to. Who posted my nudes on Twit?
Oh yeah, speaking of Sonato, Keanu Reeves voice pack for when the movie comes out.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's actually Keanu Reeves speaking.
Here it is. So when I first saw the watch order for Shrek, it was on the Shrek official Twitter, and this was the fucking tweet I found. Babe, wake up! The Shrek official watch order just dropped.
I love Shrek. I love it so much.
Somebody once told.
Anyway, the
Rest in
order
peace,
is
Smash Mouth.
Puss in Boots from 2011. Puss in Boots from 2011. Shrek
Okay.
1, Shrek 2, Far Far Away Idol, Shrek the Third, Shrek the Halls, Shrek Forever After, Shrek Scared Shrekless, Donkeys Caroling Christmas Spectacular, The Pig Who Cried Werewolf, Puss in Boots, The Three Diablos, Puss in Puss in Book, Trapped in an Epic Tale, The Adventures of Puss in Boots, seasons 1 through 8, and then finally Puss in Boots, The Last Wish from 2022.
Oh, The Last Wish was such a great movie. I enjoyed it. Okay, so that's the official watch order, okay.
I've been told that's that's on my list of movies I want to get around to watching.
Yeah, but everybody a couple of people in the comments are just fucking excited that Shrek Twitter called them babe.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Parasocial relationship much.
They're fucking ecstatic. Shrek is life, and all of the responses. Not all of them, but a fair amount.
To the surprise of absolutely nobody.
The other two movies that are currently on my watch list I need to get around to are the new Transformers 1, and The Hunt for Red October, which somehow I've not watched yet.
Isn't that movie like
October.
old?
Yeah, it's an old adaptation of a Tom Clancy movie, but it's like apparently ironically really good. And
Oh, that
I
one.
think the funniest part is something very similar to what happened in real life on at least 2 occasions.
Hell yeah.
Because the Soviet Union was fucked.
Soviet Union is a crazy one.
The Soviet Onion. Anyway,
Onion is so heavy.
Mina, Carby gave you the go-ahead to talk about the fart evidence.
Alright, so does everybody here know who the fuck Billy Mitchell is?
The scam artist.
The
that did
Sheikah.
the DK thing.
Yes. So he is the
No,
quote-unquote
hold on.
gamer of the century. The quote-unquote gamer of the century because he had a world record for Donkey Kong. But recently, and by recently 2 years ago, come out that he cheated. He's cheated, and nobody could prove it before. But this one company has pictures of the day he cleared the world record, and it is found that he did not clear Donkey Kong on the original, unaltered machine. What it was is that he had the black joystick instead of the red one, if I remember correctly. Could be. One joystick only goes 4 direction, whereas the other one is able to go diagonal. He used the one with diagonals, and that's how his score was so fucking high on the original Donkey Kong. Billy Mitchell has been using his title as Gamer of the Century for years to make money and to make profit. He's received awards from Nintendo themselves, all based on a fucking lie. He also is extremely lawsuit happy, so he will sue you if he thinks you are breathing with the thought that he cheated, which he did. He cheated.
Oh no, we just gonna get sued.
Yeah.
Oh no! Anyway, last week.
Anyways, it's great. Anyways, Carl Jobst, who is a pretty notorious, I believe, speedrunner,
Yeah,
looked
speedrunner, yeah.
into it. Yes, looked into it himself, and that's where this evidence came out. And of course, most critical talk about it. The crybaby nature of Billy Mitchell is so well known that a character in the cartoon Regular Show is based off of him. It is the giant floating head. Bobby Garrett Ferguson or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Billy Mitchell tried to sue Cartoon Network for using his likeness in such a defamatory way, and then the court said, but you're not a giant floating head.
Wow.
Dismissed. So, Moist Critical has been also making fun of Billy Mitchell for, and when this Carl Jobs video came out, he basically said, listen, this is my opinion of Billy Mitchell. Got out of his chair, turned around, farted right into the mic.
Classic Moist Critical, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up and play it on screen.
Oh no!
Yes, please. Such a great video.
Demonetized.
Oh my
No, my friend's channel got demonetized for being Sonic and Moist Critical from farting the mic. You know, I'm just saying. Favoritism.
I mean, have you seen all the drama with Twitch and YouTubers?
Yeah.
I have not.
Good. Bless your soul. Because oh my god, the horny posting in Twitch is not even real. Why is this?
Billy Mitchell. He was talking about the people who are like, why are you so mean to Billy Mitchell? There's the video. It's in images.
Right. Do I just watch it on my phone?
I love those
Now,
guys so
the reason
much.
this is called evidence is because Billy Mitchell has gone on to sue Carl Jobst for his the evidence he's
Hold
released.
on, guys. Oh, right. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna do something really quickly. I'm gonna mute Discord and open up this.
This is my official response to all of you. Almost fell off the chair on the way down.
And this is used as evidence in a court case, which is crazy.
As this clip has been played in a courtroom.
Whack.
Like, unironically, Billy Mitchell's lawyers played this in a courtroom as evidence that Carl Jobst and Moist Critical have been moving the public against Billy Mitchell for years. When public opinion was not on Billy Mitchell at all. He does this shit to himself.
It's like it's so
Just
quiet,
absolutely
but
right.
it is audible.
It's quite, which how you can tell it's real and not like added in the editing.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, though, it's Lionel Messi. Sorry.
But yeah. Once again, perfectly ridiculous. I love court cases these days.
Then wasn't there also a development as part of it where like Carl Jobs, his lawyer is like potentially ripping him off?
Potentially.
What? It's cringe, even.
Do you have that as well, Mia?
I do not have that on me right now, no.
Because I remember seeing something about it where it's basically like as part of like it, how specifically Australian court works, something about like damages and then lawyers' fees or whatever, and then they're like looking at it, it's like, hold on a minute. How are you and your like average Joe lawyer? How is your average Joe lawyer's lawyer fees like almost like an order of magnitude higher than Billy Mitchell and his like top grade lawyer and his lawyer's fees? Like it's to the point where like even if Billy Mitchell won, he basically wouldn't get anything because of all the lawyer's fees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whack.
And it's like, hold on, hold up, something ain't right here.
The math ain't math.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Imagine you say that to your attorney. Wait, that wasn't the
Golden
attorney, was it?
skin, man, they've abducted 1,000 children. They got the prestige skin.
They're eating the dogs and the cats.
Gibbity Ohio. Anyway, the Krabby
Out,
Patty meal.
Out, get out, get out,
You nearly triggered my brain rot right there.
out.
Oh my
Get
god,
out of here.
I nearly said a lot of
I
brain
am
rot
doing
things.
it as part of the bit to make fun of how fucking stupid that line is, Jimmy.
What is happening?
You nearly triggered my brain rot.
So,
Don't make America come the fuck over there, Jimmy.
Meep did
Oh, hey, what does that mean now?
Meep did the stupid voice line meme thing, and my immediate response is, no, get out, kicks him out of the call.
Jesus Christ.
It's a joke. I hope everyone understands. We're all good friends, and this is all in good fun.
Yeah, no. I get it. I'm just... Jesus
Been
Christ.
abuse.
We
I've
having
been
fun.
abuse.
He's been a
We
boost.
having fun.
I've been abused by the Spanish. In America. That never ends well.
But this escalated
man.
quickly.
This got out of hand real
Think-
fast.
Anyway, the Krabby Patty meal.
Oh, the Krabby Patty.
Wendy's?
Wendy's. I tried it.
Oh, Wendy's.
Sir,
Oh,
this is
okay.
Wendy's.
I tried it. Rancid.
Damn.
It's a good
Yeah.
burger. I just don't like the Krabby Patty sauce they put on it because it just tastes like warm, sour ranch.
Probably is warm sour.
I don't like
It
I don't
probably
like
is.
ranch
It
sauce.
probably has pickle juice in it, so I had to take a Benadryl immediately after.
Damn.
Wait, that
There's
sounds,
one shop.
that sounds disgusting.
That one shop to make the perfect burger, they absolutely failed miserably.
Where were we?
If that's all I want to talk about, the next thing in there is the Blue Scout TF2's Blue Pants quote-unquote drama.
Oh, yeah.
Please explain that to me. I have no idea what is going on about that topic.
Oh yeah, Meepus told me about it. It's fucking whack.
Yeah, this is hilarious. So, in the hit Valve game Team Fortress 2 from like 2000,
Game, yes. And still holding
there
strong.
is a character known as the Scout who is wearing pants.
Bunk.
And yes, and the thing is about it is the characters. They have one cast of characters on both teams who wear different colored clothes depending on which team they're on. And it turns out in the PC version of the game, which is the one everyone plays, because it's the only one that's still running, is the Scout's pants on the blue team aren't correctly set up to change color depending on if he's on blue, so he's always wearing his red pants. This has always been a thing, and I think on the Xbox version of the game, Xbox release of the game, it's like that, but on like the PlayStation 3 release of the game, the Scout's pants are the correct color on blue.
Wait, what do you mean
well-
PlayStation 3 version? PS3 has no games.
Well, yes. No. People
The
play
PlayStation 3, you mean?
the Xbox version. But the point is, and Blue Scout also has blue pants and some merch. But like this was a big thing, but like no one really cared. It's like whatever. Someone like put out a video, being like, "Yo, this is a thing, Lamau." Literally unplayable, top keck.
Okay.
But recently, as in like this last week, the one developer at Team Fortress 2 went in and fixed like the one line of code or whatever to make Blue Scout have blue pants.
And immediately removed it.
Yeah, and then within 24 hours reverted it. And the person who originally like made like really brought to the community's attention this sort of thing made like a video. They made his pants blue. His pants are gone. Sad. Like combined, those two videos have like a minute and a half of runtime. Okay, they're like nothings. But the reason it's quote unquote drama is one, people are like,
Didn't it ruin
like-
skins then?
no. So
Okay.
what it was is, so the quote unquote drama is one, people are like, oh my god. And like just the most obviously over the top ways while simultaneously very clearly not really caring. But the thing that's actually gotten people a bit upset is their official reason for reverting it is it conflicted with too many existing cosmetics. Now, people have gone through and compiled a full list of all the cosmetics that this affected, which, depending on exactly how you count the list, I think the largest list I saw was 15 items. 15.
How many are there total?
Hundreds.
Okay.
So there's 15 items that this conflicted with, and of which I'd like to point out, like half of them, of like the 15, 10 of them were actually like pants related. The others were like the colors not matching up with like a hat or something.
Okay.
Of the 10 items that are actually pants, 5 of them are Halloween exclusive. And before the change was even reverted, there was like almost all of them had fixes uploaded to the Steam Workshop to make them change color for blue. So it's like just nothing. It's just a big nothing burger. So like, it's not like Valve even like develops the game themselves anymore. It's like they just go on the website and on the Steam Workshop and just go through the community cosmetics to add to the game for microtransaction gambling, and then occasionally a community fix. because Team Fortress 2 is in a sorry state of the developers not giving a shit. Because it still prints them money. Anyway,
It's 17-year-old game. Jesus Christ.
But that's basically the whole shtick. It's like they gave Blue Scout his correct pants and then they removed him. And there's a bunch of memes about it. And then some people are saying, well, at the very least, Valve, if the problem is the cosmetics, can you give us a cosmetic for like specifically Blue Scout that makes his pants blue or something? Because that'd be funny. But it's like everyone's like, man, this was cool, and now it's gone. Sad. That's why it's air quotes drama. Anyway. The next thing in the idea box, if we want to transition to this, is Russia.
Oh,
Yeah.
As the time
it's quite a
comes.
big one.
Oh yes. Is it time, Jimmy, for Russia?
Rah, rah, Rasputin.
Rasputin. Actually, I haven't edited that. So, for our Russia segment this week, starting us off, we have intercepted communications that lets us know what, like, your average Russian soldier thinks of their North Korean reinforcements. The TLDR is they're not very happy about it. Also, they're racist against the North Koreans.
Oh, they're racist. Oh, nice. That's crazy, honestly. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, first-time chatter.
Hi. And thank you for the follow.
We got other things from the intercepted stuff and whatever. Is Russia reportedly is attempting to source over 400 translators to provide the North Korean units
Oh,
able to fluently speak Russian and specifically the North Korean dialect, which is different from South Korean in a few ways. The most notable for this application, their scam bot, of course, there. The most notable for the application of the need of the translators is the North Korean dialect basically refuses to use loan words from other languages.
Yeah, true.
Which is relevant because some notable things that you'd want to use loan words for are new inventions like radio.
Computer.
Things like things like radio specifically, like yes, that or tank. Things that might be relevant for someone who's in a military setting. Plus, you need to be able to speak them fluently, especially since Korean is a very a lot of their conjugation is very much respect oriented, and I think like Korean, I forget the exact number, but it's like a dozen different conjugations for levels of respect or something. Like I think it's even more than the Japanese have.
Yeah, they have a lot of ways to show respect.
Yeah. So that's
We only
gonna
have a couple in Spanish.
Spain just has the formal and the informal for the Spanish.
Yeah,
Unless
like-
you know,
Love
which makes sense.
respect. You know what I mean? Formalities. Pero you have the version that you do for your aunts in Japanese and Korean, or auntie, quote unquote auntie, because they're not necessarily blood related aunties. There's the uncles, there's the elders in general. It's a lot that you gotta learn.
But 400 translators, that is a lot.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So they basically took reinforcements, but they cannot
So I've looked it up.
communicate with them.
I've just looked it up. According to Wikipedia, there are there are 7 verb paradigms of speech levels in Korean. And each one has its own unique set of verb endings, which are used to indicate the level of formality in a situation. Unlike honorifics, which are used to show respect towards someone mentioned in the sentence, speech levels are used to show respect towards a speaker's or writer's audience, or reflect the formality or intention of the situation. They represent a system of honorifics in the linguistic uses of the terms as a grammar system distinct from the honorific titles. Alright, so you've got you've got higher levels, middle levels, and lower levels where there's 7. Then you've got the endings. We've got the formal speech and informal speech. Yeah, so there's 7 apparently, which is a lot. Anyway, also, related to North Korea being there, a notable thing that has been going on is, as you may or may not be aware, there's a decent-sized community of North Korean defectors living in like South Korea and such, people who've escaped the Hermit Kingdom, who managed to escape the open-air prison that is North Korea. Many of them have taken to social media, speaking in the North Korean dialect, hoping that somehow what they're saying on social media will make its way to the North Koreans deployed to Russia. Be like, yo, take this opportunity to get the fuck out. Trying to let them know that if they surrender, they can find freedom in South Korea, so on and so forth. Additionally, 200 plus of these North Korean defectors who are living in South Korea have petitioned the South Korean Ukrainian embassy in Seoul for permission to go to Ukraine as volunteers to help Ukrainian troops counter the North Korean ones.
I love that for them.
Based.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. How to do that.
Which
After all,
goes
it's-
along with, in response to North Korea getting involved, South Korea's been reevaluating its ban on supplying lethal aid to Ukraine, where they're basically like discussing changing the law to let them send actual weapons to Ukraine to help them, because they take this as a serious escalation.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, of course it will.
In other news, in Chechnya, if you're not aware, there's been an ongoing blood feud between the leader of Chechnya and several other members of the Russian parliament, which I've actually figured out. They're specifically the members of parliament representing the regions that border Chechnya.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of conflicts around there.
Yeah, so an unknown gunman attacked a Russian military convoy in Chechnya, which was listed as potentially related to the Chechen leader's blood feud. Additionally, a drone strike occurred on a Special Forces training facility in Chechnya. Supposedly, this drone strike was launched from one of those neighboring provinces from which the MPs of the Chechen leader's blood feud is with. Now, the Chechen leader has claimed it was the Ukrainians attacking Putin because the Special Forces training facility is named after Putin. But Ukraine has denied involvement, and that's a pretty good sign it wasn't them, because Ukraine usually loves to claim responsibility for these things. To basically, like, Lamau, where air defense.
Where defense that? It's the monkey.
Yeah.
One, the monkey meme.
Yeah.
They love to shit on Russia,
Yeah. Especially since Ukraine's recent thing is they've been blowing up alcohol distilleries.
Oof, that's a hard hit. That's a hard hit for them. No vodka
It
anymore.
should be mentioned, these are industrial alcohol plants, not like vodka plants that are making like alcohol for like
So-
industrial purposes.
So every kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh my
Basically
God.
everything
Okay.
everything other than drinking alcohol, which I'm pretty sure the Russians do still drink, because as a reminder, look, Russia hasn't done much to help the fact they have the drunk Russian stereotype. One of the Soviet era aircraft was known as the supersonic booze carrier, because all the coolants in it because all the coolant systems in it used alcohol-based coolants, which had a habit of being stolen and drank by the ground crews.
They're alcoholics, true and true. I tell you that, man.
And I would like to point out, at one point, that aircraft, they were like doing an investigation to be like, maybe we should change to a different form of coolant. To which the people who were showing these dignitaries like, no, you can't do that because you can't use this other coolant because the fumes escape from it. And if you do this other one, it'd be noxious and it would impair the pilots. And it wasn't even true. They just went and filled a bunch of cotton balls full of alcohol and put them in the ventilation systems that gave it a strong alcohol scent throughout the aircraft. Because they wanted to keep having access to the booze.
Cheap booze.
The cheap booze because, reminder, Russia for hundreds of years functionally had state-subsidized alcoholism as a form of control of the peasantry. Anyway. South Korean intelligence says North Korean generals are likely to be deployed alongside their forces in Russia.
Oh, actual generals?
Yeah,
Okay.
actual generals. In other news, Russia finds Google more money than the net worth of the Earth over YouTube bans of Russian state media.
Like, this is absolutely crazy when I read about it. Like, the number, I don't know, what is the amount again?
It's like some dixillion.
Dixillion or something. I never heard that word before.
Like, literally, it's like more money than there are like atoms in the Earth. If the fine were to be paid in $100 bills, laid end to end, it would be wider than the width of the observable universe.
It's like perfect proof that Russia is really delirious.
Incomprehensible quantities of money.
Russia.
Okay. And Google has
Fine, you
just
can't take
fucking
seriously.
ignored them as they did.
Yeah, that makes the most sense because that's not even ridiculous
and
anymore. This is a new level.
I like to point out the reason it's this large is because there's a previous fine that was set to double every week. Google refused to pay it, and Google's continuing to refuse to pay it. I saw a timeline saying basically in a couple months the amount will be like one Google. One followed by a million zeros.
Oh god.
I like to point out that's also the number in US dollars, not rubles. Which
Oh, yeah,
is another
rubles
couple
are a lot more.
Yeah, because one ruble is worth about 1 cent.
Rubles are so crazy. Like, there's so much.
And I'm pretty sure rubles aren't even like yen, where like 1 yen is actually like the lowest denomination. It's actually, I'm pretty sure the ruble does have sub-denominations, I think. Or maybe it is like the yen where it does have sub-denominations. I'm not sure. Anyway. In other news, in the state of the sheer quality of Russia, there was a sewer main explosion, or blow, in Moscow.
Press bitter blow. Sorry.
Yeah. And I point out, this is a sewer main. As in, like, the sewer full of sewage. This isn't the water supply that's actually under pressure. This is the sewer. Which resulted in a 10-story tall geyser of human waste. That lasted for minutes.
That is quite ironic.
Yeah,
that
literally
is quite
throwing
ironic.
shit 10 stories into the air from the sewer. I would like to point out something. Generally, sewers aren't under very high pressure. If they're under pressure at all.
Uh-huh.
Alright?
What have they done with the sewer?
I don't know. I assume there was a blockage downstream of it, and somehow it all blew at once. And everything upstream of it just came pouring up and out through the geyser. I guess, but...
Russian engineering at its finest.
We're going into the wintry period, so things are going to start freezing. Last year there was a whole bunch of the heating systems blowing in big geysers of boiling water. Because Russia has a lot of centralized heating systems that heat entire blocks. And all the people who maintained those got conscripted. or conscripted or signed up for the military because that pays more, when it actually pays. In other news, due to rampant inflation in Russia, supermarkets have begun placing butter in anti-theft containers.
Hehehe.
What's even an anti-theft container look like? Wait.
Like a big giant plastic box, so you can't like hide it in your coat.
Oh, okay. So
I like
butter
it.
even is on that level.
Current estimates are the average Russian citizen spends 50% of their take-home pay on groceries.
That's ridiculous.
To put in perspective how bad inflation is in Russia, in an attempt to control it, the Russian central bank has this week raised their main interest rate to 21%.
21%.
21% interest. Which is nearly 4 times their pre-invasion rate. For context, I'm pulling up the U.S. interest rate chart. Alright. Alright. Put in perspective how high this interest rate is. I've pulled up a U.S. interest rate chart. The U.S. interest rate, on the record of this chart, goes to like 20.5% during the Great Depression.
So it's even higher than the Great Depression?
Yeah,
Okay.
Russia's current interest rate is higher than it was in the U.S. during the Great Depression. For context, the highest one on like recent. Hold on, I have to blow up the image. Open image, new tab. No. Open image in new tab. Come on. Alright. Here we go. Around 2005, it was up a really high. It was at like 5.5%.
Where?
It was
USA?
really high. In the USA, yeah. For reference, this chart goes up to like COVID and through COVID and stuff, where it's over 2%, and that's like incredibly high. People are talking about. Okay? It's like ridiculous. And to put in perspective just how high this... This is the Russian central bank rate, which means the actual banks giving out loans in order to make money on them are having to charge even higher interest rates.
Yeah, because they're like just the base interest rate. The
So
central bank,
functionally, the Russian interest rate is at like 23 to 25%. There are multiple Russian industrialists who have gone like before the Russian parliament, basically saying this is going to lead to the collapse of the Russian economy.
I mean, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because it's basically impossible to make a profit in Russia if you're doing like large-scale manufacturing. Because generally, how those contracts work is you get paid a certain amount upfront, you have to take out a loan to be able to manufacture the rest of it, and then you get paid the full total. However, the interest rate's so high that you basically won't actually make any profit on it, assuming you make profit at all. It's literally too expensive to do business in Russia.
Yikes.
So basically, the only industries that are gonna like exist are the ones that are getting direct payments from the government, aka the military-industrial complex. And even then, that's iffy.
Yeah, but still, there's a lot of other industries that are falling out.
Yep.
Which are not making any single profit.
The Russian economy is in shambles. There's a reason Putin is like desperately hoping Trump wins so that Trump can force Ukraine to keel over and die. Which isn't gonna happen. And because that's basically Russia desperately needs the ceasefire in order to consolidate their gains, rebuild their economy, build up the military so they can go back in again in like 5 to 10 years, like they did with the Chechens. Yeah, so Russia's not doing so hot, and as a reminder, we're going into winter, which is when all their stuff really starts failing like it did last year.
Yeah, they're not looking off a good start for the winter season. So yeah.
The Wall Street Journal has reported that Elon Musk is, quote, in ongoing communications with Vladimir Putin.
What should I say? I mean, there are a lot of things already that makes Elon Musk questionable, but I guess this move is one of the biggest.
Yet another thing to hate him over. Anyway, moving on. Russia segment 2, second message, because it's so big.
As
The
big
second
as
one
take a
from
Russia.
moment. Yeah, let's take a moment to talk about Russia's casualty numbers. How many people they're losing? Because Russia's been, in an attempt to make the media narrative Russia's win is inevitable, have basically been conducting human wave assaults across the entire front line for the last month.
Mm-hmm.
As such, their casualty numbers for this month are estimated to have topped 10,000. No, they're estimated to have topped 10,000 for 2 weeks in a row. For a full month of over 40,000 casualties. Which is new record for them, this war. Alright. Ukraine has updated their estimate for the total number of Russian casualties throughout the entire war at 650,000.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, this is like genuinely unfortunately,
Yeah.
a large portion of this is undoubtedly Russian forces conscripted from the occupied Donbass region,
Mm-hmm.
which is reported and estimated to have lost nearly its entire fighting age male population. Just gone. Because Russia cares about them even less than it cares about its own troops.
Yeah, which is quite sad because you will have no entire regions, especially if this war even continues longer, even more regions which are basically have
Yes.
no single male population anymore.
It's horrible. And the thing is also, these are the units who are being reported struggling to get like AK-47s in a post-Soviet state. These are the people who have been spotted walking around with Mosin Nagants, which, as a reminder, is a rifle that was first produced in the 19th century.
Yeah, quite an old one. But yeah, it just shows even more how ridiculous this war is and that there are no winners even when it ends.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid.
There has been confirmed footage of Russia unironically deploying blocking units. Which, if you're not familiar with what those are, that's basically how people used to think the Soviet Union unironically fought World War II. Where it's all the conscripts go in, and they either die to the Germans, or they retreat and they get shot by their own guys and behind them. They have been
What?
videoed actually using those.
That? Okay.
They've been unironically been going full enemy at the gates.
So that they use such tactics, especially in the modern times now, is...
This is the thing they've actually been videoed doing.
I hope Putin gets lynched.
It's so sad. Like, Russia, and especially, like, Putin is anyways one of the biggest assholes ever to ever exist. But
Certainly.
bro, it's so sad for this country.
Is he trying
Yeah,
to
so
compete
sad.
with the other big Russian bad guy from like the past 2 centuries?
I mean, he does have "in" at the end of his name.
Yeah, but I guess he still
Look,
has a few
and
steps to
anytime
go
things are
for
starting to
that.
look up, anytime things are starting to look up for Russia, someone with
Another
"in"
one
at the
comes
end of
in.
their name shows up with an oligarchy and/or a death squad.
Yeah.
That's just how
They're
it works.
trying their best.
It was Rasputin, then it was Stalin, and now it's Putin.
That's just Russia's history. Russia's history and
That's just modern
basically
Russian history. Yeah.
demon cycle. Devil cycle, yeah.
Also, there's been reports and like footage of Russia sending wounded to the front. Like for
So
wave
they
assaults.
do not even take back that anymore. Okay, that's crazy.
Like there's been like footage posted to like the Russian social medias of people being like, "Yo, why is my comrade being sent to the front line? He's got like his arm is black from like rotting away." The people with like festering wounds are being sent to the frontline assaults.
They're so desperate to just gain territory.
And it's like, you know
sad,
full well,
but-
the reason these people are like willing to do that at all is because if they get fucking killed, they won't be in pain anymore.
It's depressing.
It's depressing.
It's
I don't even think depressing
infuriating.
is the right word for this. You know?
It's as much as I am unabashedly on the stance of Ukraine is the victims of this, they're the ones being invaded and whatever. The Russian people are also unironically the victims of their government.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when a dictator rules, basically.
Yeah. And there
It's
are
not
people
just
in
a
America
dictator,
who
it's a
think
dictator
Putin is
with
cool.
a thirst for power.
Yes. It's and there are people in the US who think Putin's dope as hell.
Which is ridiculous. So I still have no idea how that can be a thing, I guess because they do not research enough. And
No,
they just
it's
listen to
because
the
the-
lies.
The Russian government just pays them.
Ah! And okay, yeah.
That was one of the major
Even more
stories
corruption.
weeks ago. Is a whole bunch of American right-wing political commentators and podcasters are like revealed like by the IRS. Yeah, y'all have gotten like a fuck ton of money from Russia, by the way.
What's that all about?
Yeah. And they all tried to claim they had no idea where the fuck this was coming from. Just ignore that they're literally being given the Kremlin's talking points. Anyway.
Yeah, but then again, like, no amount of money should be that enough that you basically lie about so many people dying in such gruesome ways. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me that corruption still to this day is so active and relevant.
Reminder, the best analogy for the current state of the Russian government is it functions less like a state and more like an organized crime syndicate.
It is basically an organized crime syndicate. I don't see it anymore.
It's got that level of corruption and the defenestration of people who they don't like. As another like thing to show how like bad the state is for the Russian military. There was a thing I saw that I like to point out, this is being celebrated as a quote-unquote feel-good story in Russian media, in Russian state media. A
God, what is coming on
76-year-old Russian man has signed a contract to enlist in the Russian army as an infantryman.
And they try to make it into propaganda that's a feel-good
And
story.
that's a good thing. That a 76-year-old pensioner who is signing up for the sign-on bonus and whatever money the government actually pays him before he dies, so his wife can continue to afford to eat, because inflation's so rampant and out of control, Russian pensioners can't afford to live off their pensions.
Which is the whole point of a pension.
Yeah. What should I say? Russia basically has ticked every category of being currently in the worst state possible as a country.
Everything that everybody hates the United States for, Russia has tenfold.
Yeah.
It's like, there are legitimate reasons to be upset at the US and some of the stuff the US has done, but that doesn't give Russia a pass for doing, like, some of the same shit, if not worse shit, more often, and it's still, to this day. Like, for the most part, America's gotten off most of its bullshit. America's still on a bit of its bullshit, but they're on a lot less of their bullshit.
It's on the mend.
And once again, the Russian government is like a criminal syndicate.
Yes.
Like, yeah, so basically, so that shows enough that, yeah, it's worse.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
functionally, the modern Russian state is basically left inhabiting the corpse of the Soviet Union. And that is one hell of a rotting corpse.
I just want to say the same thing, yeah. Like, it's yeah. I just don't get it.
And we're giving like fucking American right-wing shit for a minute. We go to Croatia. No, not Croatia. We go, where is it? We go to Slovakia, where the Prime Minister of Slovakia made a video call appearance on Russian state TV.
Which is also very ridiculous. I also was very surprised by this one.
As a reminder, Slovakia is a member of the EU and NATO.
Yeah, they are full
And he
in.
made
and they're
an
also-
appearance on Russian state TV, praising Russia and being like, "I look forward to being able to attend next year's Victory Day parade."
Which I find quite interesting because most of the trading partners are basically Austria, Czechia, and stuff, which are also like more against Russia.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised by the move they made, and I'm excited to see what it will look like in the future for them, because that was a bad move, honestly.
They
Here
should.
comes the CIA.
You know?
If I remember, it, Slovakia has also been trying to get Ukraine to not cut off the. Slovakia is really upset Ukraine's refusing to renew the gas pipeline deal with Russia that goes through Ukraine to deliver natural gas to the EU. Because Ukraine's actually
Yeah,
mostly left that
that's
alone
really
because
stupid.
Russia's still been paying them to leave it alone. And Ukraine definitely needs money.
Still,
Anyway,
like, yeah,
we
Slovakia.
do have a bit of the good news on that, though, on this front. Finland has seized 35 million euros worth of Russian property in Finland. They finally got it from the courts that they can do that. They seized a bunch of Russian property. And Croatia, actually Croatia this time, not Slovakia, Croatia,
Yeah, sure.
as part of a deal with Germany to acquire some modern German vehicles, is sending Ukraine 30 modernized Yugoslavian vintage M84 main battle tanks and 30 M80 infantry fighting vehicles. So they're sending a bunch of old stuff they don't need anymore to Ukraine.
Balkan brothers.
They're doing the, we've got some old equipment we don't need anymore, here you go, you guys need it. The M84 is, from my understanding, it's a derivative of an old Soviet model, so the Ukrainians actually know how to use it and have some stuff to maintain it-ish.
Yeah.
And unlike the modern NATO tanks, Russia won't immediately focus it with everything. Because Russia's desperate for propaganda wins, where, oh my god, we managed to destroy a NATO tank, we're so good. It's like, bitch, that's like a fucking 50-year-old tank.
That's not
Calm
even their
yourself.
newest shit. They're not even hitting with their newest shit.
No, it's like the big news last week was Australia sending Ukraine a bunch of M1A1s. Which isn't even like the more modern variant that America's doing modern iterations upon.
More free
The Freebrooms. Yeah, exactly. It's the old Freebrooms. From like 40... It's the 40-year-old version of the Freebrooms.
It just
Which is
whenever,
itself a 50-year-old tank.
Whenever I hear the M1A rum, I think of the Russian budget clip.
Yeah, the
More free rooms. I've been missing of free M1A1 Abrams.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, that concludes our Russia segment.
Which is still depressing, and Russia, yeah. Delusional.
Moving on to the nation of Georgia.
Oh god, Georgia.
Okay, you're talking about the country, right? Not the state.
Yes.
The country
Nation,
Georgia
the
in...
nation of Georgia.
Okay, it's...
What is that area called? The Caucasian Mountains?
The Caucasus, yeah.
The Caucasus, right, yeah.
There's a reason why I was saying that, because
Because the United States of America?
no, it's a family thing. In my family, when
Oh!
we talk about the country, we say it in Spanish, they say Georgia. But when we talk about the state, Georgia. That's how you say it in Spanish.
Oh, so you have a difference.
But
Rancid.
when we speak about the state, we say Georgia.
The thing is, we also have a difference in my language. So when we say this, the country, we say Georgien, and if we mean the state, we should say Georgia, like the English name of it.
Americans just say Georgia because most Americans don't realize there's a country named Georgia.
Yeah, basically.
Understandable.
Basic American woman.
Typical American L.
Once again,
Most
that's-
Americans would probably struggle to identify the state of Georgia on a map of the U.S. Let's be real.
Ooh.
Probably, yes.
Let
I would be
alone the
surprised.
nation of Georgia on a map.
I mean, it is kind of hard. Georgia is kind of small of a small country, and it's like in the
It
mountains.
is rather small, and it's in the Caucasus, which don't get talked about very much.
It's close to Armenia,
Yes.
if I remember correctly. Yeah.
But anyway, yes, the nation of Georgia had their elections, and there were shenanigans. Because basically Georgia has the opposition coalition and the pro-Putin bloc.
Oh boy.
Is basically Georgian politics, for the TLDR on it. And obviously, being so close to Russia, the pro-Putin bloc has a lot of strong backing from the Putin government.
Yes, the Putin man, the white man.
And the extremely democratic state of Russia definitely respects the rights of the Georgian people to have free and fair elections. Which is why the exit polls from people leaving the polling stations and the actual voter results, official results, differ significantly. There were countless recorded incidents of voter intimidation. Some polling locations were recorded giving registered members of the pro-Russia party 2 ballots at some polling locations, so, you know, everything above board there. There was a viral video of at least one instance of ballot stuffing. There were multiple recorded instances of ballot spoiling in favor of the pro-Russian party, where basically the definitely impartial election workers would put a small dot in the pro-Russia candidate. So if you're voting that candidate, you'd fill in that dot and everything's fine. However, if you vote for someone else, the vote counting machine sees a small dot in the other one and basically just invalidates the ballot.
Ah, how beautiful.
So
we're faking votes now, nice.
Yeah, basically just about every voter fraud tactic in the book was recorded. Like, I don't mean like, oh yeah, people are saying this. No, there's like videos on like Twitter and Telegram of this happening. And photos. And like the election workers just saying they did it. Which is somehow still less conspicuous than I think it was Moldova, where like someone tried to investigate journalism, like people just buying votes, and someone just came up to them and asked them where can they go and collect their money from having their vote bought. Anyway, despite this, I'm getting the exact numbers. Hold on. Despite all of this. The official results was where is it? Where's the numbers? No, that's the state of Georgia.
The state of Georgia.
BBC. Alright. The official result is that the pro-Russian party won only a 54%. The pro-Russian group ran only 54%. The slimmest majority.
Yeah, I guess
over the opposition coalition.
So wait, slim
so
majority.
Even
okay,
like
so, yeah,
all the lying and cheating they did, 54%. Basically,
still have the stable opposition then.
Yeah. Basically, everyone's being like, "Yeah, no, this is bullshit. This wasn't free and fair." The president, who was part of one of the opposition parties, is like, "No, this is bullshit." All like the Western and independent groups, like, "Yeah, no, this was bullshit," and are saying, "No, go through this and verify it. Free and fair elections, damn you." Meanwhile, Putin's being like, "Oh, of course the West is unhappy with the free and fair elections in Georgia because it didn't result in their preferred outcome. Because the other thing
Ooh.
is basically this doubled as functionally Georgia's between getting closer to Russia or getting closer towards joining the EU.
My question is, why
Can I
the
show it again?
fuck would you want to get close to Russia?
Because a lot of the pro-Putin's political advertising was basically saying, if y'all choose to go closer to Europe, here's pictures of Ukrainian cities. Choose peace.
Of course.
Honestly, I'm surprised by this. That it goes to that direction, because I do also remember that Georgia recently started to also play like in the European Championship when it came to football, which also connected it more to Europe and the EU. So yeah, I'm quite surprised that it goes that direction, huh? But I guess they have to fake it to make it, apparently.
Yeah.
Classic Russian tactic.
Yep. Anyway, moving on from that kind of depressing things, Jesus has been replaced. There is now an official anime girl mascot of the Vatican.
Say hello to Luce.
So yeah, please can you enlighten me on this topic, because I have not heard about this previously.
So, the Pope, or the Vatican, basically, they created a little anime girl character mascot for like outreach to the youths, as you do.
Oh my fucking god! Alright, okay.
And there have been many memes about it.
They
I
be
think one of
fighting with the Doomslayer.
we've got. I've put some of them in images. We've got the photoshopped the I have the power of God in anime on my side to be the character. Which honestly, I am very disappointed in myself. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that they'd done this.
What was the first thing you saw when you saw it?
It wasn't that. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't that. We have. I can't believe they named her. How do you pronounce it, Jimmy?
Luce.
Can't believe they named her. Yeah, they can't believe they named her Luce and not Vati-chan.
Yeah.
We've got Luce fucking ballin' against the Lamb from Cult of the Lamb with
the Cruel
the
Angels.
Cruel Angels theme playing.
Let's go.
We've got Luce the Doomslayer. We've got the inside of you. There are two Catholics, Doomslayer and Luce. The other thing with her being Doomslayer stuff is the dog has been replaced.
Yeah, poor Isabel.
Isabel's been replaced. Doomslayer has a new friend.
What if Luce just really? What if they were like classmates?
Maybe.
In whatever the fuck school they would go to.
Okay, that would be quite cool.
They went to Catholic school.
Hold on.
There's
I'm going to fucking Lordom. What if they went to school together and Luce was just always super envious of Isabel and always be holier than thou, and then that's why the fuck she replaced the Doomslayer? Or that's why she replaced Isabel as Doomslayer's best friend.
But wait, isn't the Doomslayer officially married with Isabella?
No.
Isabel?
No?
I heard about it.
no,
Oh,
that's
no.
not real.
Okay, it was
the
fake
thing
news?
is-
Okay, wait.
there is. The reason why the memes about Isabel and Doomslayer began facing
Because it released on the same day, both
Exactly.
games, yes.
Doom Eternal and...
But wait.
And,
I've just never heard that they were married before. I'm like, hold on, that's a dog.
That's a dog.
Yeah, I just heard about it. I was about it too, but they said it was canon, so I was okay, I guess.
Who said it was canon?
Apparently the last Smash Ultimate update.
When?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just heard about. Okay,
Well,
I
to be
guess it
fair,
is what it is.
It's Smash Ultimate, not Pass Ultimate.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I still think though my favorite of
Not
all the
anymore,
memes.
Luce.
I still think my favorite of all the memes though has to be the Spider-Man with the original Spider-Man movies where it's the Green Goblin. You can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed. It's just that bit, and it's just Jesus when he hears the Pope has a new mascot. It's This is just funny, is what it is. It's funny, lighthearted. People are having fun with it. You know, as you do. I know there was one I sent to Mina server where it was fucking JoJo.
Oh, that's right. Because part 6. No,
7. It's
7.
Double Run.
yeah, Steel Ball Run. Yeah, is set to be in production at this point.
Wait, it's set on production, the anime?
That's what I've heard.
Let's go. I am waiting so long for Steel Ball Run to be animated finally.
Yay! I want to see the mozzarella song.
Yes. So hyped for it.
But yeah. The Vatican's done a funny. We have Vati-chan.
A new addition to the Christianity law.
A new addition to Christianity. The power
Now
of
we
God
can
and
believe in anime girls.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You just know there's already porn of her too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile,
I
I left
find
the
it-
church
I saw a bunch
already.
of memes, I saw a bunch of memes of like, you're not looting her, and then someone responded, they already did, and there's like 100 pictures already on Rule 34.
She's literally too holy for this shit. What the hell?
Nothing is called.
Not law,
Mina,
not
Mina,
law accurate.
Mina, there are
Unfortunately,
written,
that's just
there are written
R34, I
records-
guess.
There are written records of medieval monks having homoerotic dreams involving Jesus. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Jesus is quite a nice guy. But yeah, still.
He's a certified nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a Reddit nice guy.
No. He's genuinely a nice person.
True. He's genuinely a nice person. The problem is he has the most toxic fan base known to man.
Yeah.
Who also whitewashed him.
They're all autistic,
True.
but in like derogatory sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like
Why is he Italian now?
That's like he's why the slur is a slur, or why the word is a slur as opposed to just being a condition. You know what I mean?
Which one?
Autism.
Oh.
I'm trying to say like, you know how people will use autistic as a slur?
Yeah.
Christians are the reason why.
Oh,
Like, they
okay.
think
I
they're
don't
infinite.
know.
that is- No. Like actually, genuinely the word autistic, not the R word.
Christians are mental.
Yes.
The vaccines.
The vaccines, they are gift, they are poison.
Anyway,
It's like- Anyways.
moving on from this. War Thunder.
Oh boy.
boy.
How many days has
Okay,
it
so
been
please tell me about the law.
since
Truly.
Don't get the chart.
We're not directly talking about a major. We're not talking about a War Thunder forums leak.
Oh?
Okay.
The War Thunder on their dev server have added the F-117 Nighthawk. The original stealth Dorito.
Oh.
Which-
okay.
Previously, before this, like a year ago, someone leaked classified documents on it to the War Thunder forums.
See, it was all a ruse.
So the thing is, the reason it's here is just War Thunder as the F-117, and its stealth doesn't really work at all. What could possibly go wrong? And then there's a meme I have in there of, go figure, the Russian devs don't know how stealth works, Lamau.
Oof.
Oh no, I just screwed up the F-117 in-game stealth mechanics. Let's hope no one posts classified documents in the forums. Gosh, I'm so clumsy. It's just
The
people
laugh on the
memeing about
community
it.
is crazy.
The other thing though is like, why the fuck are they adding the F-117 to War Thunder? What's the fucking point? It's not gonna be good. Because it's a later era jet that they're adding with no offensive armament and 2 bombs and no counter and no active countermeasures. What the fuck is the point?
Russian developer. Okay, yeah, I guess.
I get it. It's the funny cool Dorito, but like literally, why is it here?
Because it's a Dorito.
There's no reason to play. It's just bad. It's just gonna be bad. And honestly, I actually like looked at some of the stuff that's like that's on the dev server, and from my limited knowledge of War Thunder, the tank battles are just gonna be completely fucked because they are adding guided glide bombs. So Lamau, good luck, short range ballistic anti-air. We're gonna be launching munitions at you from fucking 40 kilometers away, Lamau. Like, someone ran the numbers on these things, and for like their air battles, you are able to load into the game, spawn, aim them, launch them, leave the game, get into another battle, do it again, get into another battle, do it again, get into a fourth battle, do it again, and then when you quit back to main menu, do it a fifth time, your bombs from the first battle will land.
What? Balanced game, as it shall be.
Balanced game.
That's how
Anyway.
war works.
Yeah. So I'm sure nothing bad's gonna come out of that. I'm glad I don't play War Thunder. Anyway, the next thing in here is Donald Trump.
What's left?
Oh, the Orange Man.
Yeah.
Mango
So
Man.
the first thing in here is Jimmy actually beat me to it, putting it in here. So Trump had a rally at Madison Square Garden, which, if I remember right, is most famous for being a site where there was a rally of the German-American Bund, aka all the American Nazis.
Yeah.
In like 1939, this happened. Anyway, he had one of the people he had there at his rally was a diss comedian whose whole bit is like insulting. So first of all, off to a great start. You're starting your political rally off by having a guy whose whole shtick is insulting people. That's a great way to rally up support. Anyway, the specific thing from him that got a bunch of attention is, quote, "There is an island full of trash. I think it's called Puerto Rico."
Which automatically lost
What?
the entire Latino vote.
Yeah, hopefully, but like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
As a
Honestly,
reminder,
that's ridiculous.
Puerto Ricans are American citizens.
Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, there's
It-
territory.
he is American.
Oof.
And like Trump's trying to say, "Oh no, I actually do get bitch." After there was a big hurricane there while you're president, and your first reaction was, "Can we just sell it?"
I
If
just
you're
love how
going to be
he.
president and have territories underneath you, it's your responsibility to take care of them.
Yeah. So he tries to rally voters from American citizens. The first thing he does is
Insult the American
yeah.
citizen.
Yes,
This is crazy.
and
This is
the
And
thing
it
is,
works!
Yeah.
my
America
kind
confuses me.
of reaction to this from like my watching this is obviously their whole shtick for a lot of Trump's thing is fear mongering about all the illegal immigrants or whatever from Latin America. Okay, that's the outgroup that he's blaming all of America's problems on, because that's his solution to rally up support is blame all of America's problems on outgroup. Darius, does that sound familiar?
Yeah, it reminds me of a certain man in my history.
Yeah.
Which, trust me, when he came to power, it didn't turn out that great.
Yeah. The outgroup is different, but it's the same thing and a lot of the same rhetoric. Anyway, so this comedian comes up here. It's like, all right, I need to do this. We're making fun of the outgroup is the Latin Americans. All right, Puerto Rico, that's Latin American. It's like you're not even doing it right. You're not even fear mongering against the outgroup correctly. That's the wrong group. You're being racist incorrectly. You're not playing into his strategy. They're so stupid they can't even be racist correctly. Like, man.
Imagine you can't be correctly.
For that I use racist correctly as like to their strategy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still fucking cringe either way, but it's like you're so fucking stupid. You can't even like do racist to the bit. You're not even being able to be racist against the people the glorious leader has defined as the outgroup that you're blaming all your problems on.
A certain propaganda master would be disappointed, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And the thing is,
Gambit, sir.
this would be bad enough if this was all that happened. But then, not only does the Trump group refuse to apologize for it, they refuse to disavow him. Alright? They're like, meh. They have like the most like non-apology. I think like almost a week later he like tried to walk it back on a Fox News interview. But it's not, he didn't even apologize for it. He's just like tried to frame it as if the radical left lunatics, they're blaming me for this. This wasn't me. This was just some guy. I don't know who he is. Like,
You invited him!
you invited him!
Oh,
And presumably you
nonsense.
vetted his script. Like, presumably his script and his jokes would have been vetted beforehand. Which means
Honestly,
either,
I
on the
wouldn't
one
be
hand,
surprised.
which
that
means either
this-
they approved these jokes, or he went off script. At which point, it's easy to disavow him for going off script and call him an asshole and just tell him to fuck off. Because what would be the good strategy? But they can't even do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if this joke came from Trump directly, honestly.
No, Trump's not smart enough to write a joke like that.
Okay, I guess, yeah, when it comes... It's a bit over, yeah.
Anyway, continuing with Trump. Trump Media, the owner of his bootleg Twitter, their stock price has overtaken Twitter's. Which I don't know if that speaks to the devotion of his cult or just how bad Elon Musk is running Twitter into the ground. Probably both.
Both, honestly, yeah.
The Trump's Immigration and Customs Enforcement chief from his time as president for 2016 2020 has gone public with a simple solution to prevent the problem of family separation from Trump's planned mass deportations of illegal immigrants. Because the problem with this is the U.S. has birthright citizenship. So if you come to the U.S. and you have a baby, that baby is an American citizen. And then if you get deported, you've then got the problem of, well, your child is an American citizen. We can't just deport them.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's immigration customs chief from his time as president has a simple solution to this problem. Just deport the American citizen babies as well.
What?
Problem solved.
So you're against your own people?
Yeah.
So you want to deport American
Yeah,
citizens?
just deport the American citizens too. That's their solution.
Honestly, this must be the most worst... I can't even find words for it. Honestly, I can't find words for it.
It's frustrating, you know?
It's...
And my parents became citizens later in life. So it was also very worrying.
I think Carby also talked to me because they are very scared about this as well. They're very stressed about the whole...
Yeah, Kirby's stressed about it for a different reason,
Yes.
but this whole thing is just... I mean, there are some members of the Republican Party who have been campaigning to end birthright citizenship, which would need a constitutional amendment, by the way.
And also, it would take away my citizenship.
I don't think it would be retroactive, but they'd probably
It's still
try.
ridiculous. It's
They'd
still
try.
ridiculous.
They'd fucking try.
Like, bro, if you're born in the country, then you have the right of the citizenship. Like,
Yeah.
it's in a lot of countries, a lot of democracies. So yeah.
There's a lot of birthright citizenship stuff. The U.S. birthright citizenship is a bit weird because it applies to all American land except for certain U.S. overseas territories, but it's mostly just the uninhabited ones, except for American Samoa, which doesn't have birthright citizenship for some reason.
Oh, they are not American citizens, man.
Nope, they are American
What are
nationals.
they?
They're American nationals.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
It's an in-between thing.
and then you also have like this one just completely uninhabited nature reserve island that's an American territory that for some reason does have birthright citizenship. for some reason. Even though no one fucking lives there.
Are the animals?
There's a few animals, yeah.
I guess they are American.
Yeah, it's an uninhabited nature reserve south of Hawaii.
At least they have American citizenship, like, to be fair, you know? A sheep,
Like-
for example.
Well,
American sheep.
the most.
Wait, as in it's an American.
it's an American territory.
Yeah. And it follows U.S. law.
Oh my god, Darius just gave me the funniest mental image ever. I just imagine a sheep with its wool just having the patriotic colors.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
am a
so-
patriot.
To briefly explain how the U.S. territories work, is the U.S. basically imagine like the political compass layout for the territories, where you've got the organized and unorganized, and the incorporated and unincorporated territories. Where if they're categorized as organized, they're considered inhabited and self-governing, and they're unorganized, they're considered non-self-governing. Unincorporated means 100% of the Constitution automatically applies. Unincorporated means that's not the case. Most of the inhabited U.S. territories are in the organized unincorporated territory, like Puerto Rico, so on and so forth. DC's kind of its own thing. American Samoa is in the no government category for some reason. And then the one I'm referring to, the Palmyra Atoll, is in the no government category, but it's in the full US Constitution category for some fucking reason.
Maybe because it's attached to Hawaii?
No, it's completely unrelated.
Oh, shit.
But it was acquired at the same time as Hawaii. The totally peaceful annexation of Hawaii. The automatic 100% of the Constitution applies government category was last occupied by Hawaii before it became a state, and it's basically where Puerto Rico wants to move to progress its wants to become a state bid, but like that's never gonna fucking happen at this rate.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Moving on though, back to election news. There have been multiple arson attacks against ballot drop boxes.
Cringe.
Yeah, there were ones in Washington and Oregon. The cities these were in were basically right next to each other, so it's possible.
at the border.
Like
At the
what
border
happened
both
is
sides.
someone basically put an incendiary device into a ballot drop box to burn all the ballots in it.
Okay, so basically arsonist group.
Yeah,
Okay.
Which, by the
Yeah.
way, the way that's supposed to work, if you think your ballot was destroyed in such a manner, you can like go to like the election clerk or whatever. There's like a way you can go and be like, hey, I think this may have applied to me. Can I get a new one? And they'll be like, yeah, we haven't received your ballot. And if you say you turned it in, we can get you a new one and you can vote in person on election day. And if it turns out yours does show up later, there's a fail-safe place for that. So
I mean, it makes sense. It's like, it's a what if, you know?
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
get
it's
why.
like they can easily tell if your ballot has showed up, and if your ballot did show up and you put it in a drop box that got burnt, well, there's a high chance it got eviscerated that way. So that'll just give you a new one. That's a thing, but you have to think to do that, and a lot of people probably won't. Now, to be fair, these are in Washington and Oregon, which aren't exactly they're part of this club that don't really matter because they're safe. The bigger deal though is apparently there were contested like Congress seats in those districts, where it's a bigger deal for that rather than the presidency. But what is a big deal is there was also at least one in Arizona. And Arizona is one of the states that matters this election for the president. And they actually have the mugshot of that guy. And hold on, I'm gonna share it because this is just the. Of course, he looks like that.
Of course, it looks like a break.
Images.
I'm not going to. Well, I'm not share the image unless you guys want me to.
This guy is a registered Republican, but this is like a post from Reddit of it, but this includes his mugshot.
Yeah, okay, I hear exactly like I would have guessed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can imagine him driving a pickup truck with oversized wheels.
And truck nuts.
True. And as a Trump for 2024. Make America
With
great
it-
again.
Make America great again.
It's just the... He's the kind of guy who'd drive, like, this truck.
Oh yes, exactly, yeah.
Least compensating American.
Yep.
Least patriotic American citizen.
Yep.
Which... If you can, Jimmy, see if you can put that GIF on the stream, because that is
Well, I don't think
comical.
I can.
Okay, I'll try to describe it. It's someone in a lifted pickup truck with like a big light bar on the top, who in the back of their truck has a big giant flagpole that's like a full 1-story tall flagpole with a big giant Capitol building scale American flag, just driving down a suburban street. Like, damn. Anyway, next up, Donald Trump drives a garbage truck.
Oh yeah, please enlighten me.
Again?
Yeah, so Donald Trump, as a campaign stunt, following up his McDonald's campaign stunt,
Which
did
plays
a
the
campaign
curse.
stunt where they got a garbage truck, painted it all white, put his campaign logo on the side of it, and he drove it around on like a closed circuit or whatever. Trump garbage truck.
I assume he wanted to like show that he's there to do such jobs for the community.
Alright, there's a picture of it.
Why? Okay. I was talking. Okay. So I was looking. You know, as you do, looking at Twitter, looking for picture for drawings, and then someone pointed out the fact that on election time, Trump is just way more orange.
Yeah, the amount of orange makeup he's wearing is ridiculous. Like, there was someone joking that it's getting dangerously close to like blackface levels of face paint. So apparently, supposedly this was supposed to like draw attention to like Biden had like a gaffe or whatever, where something about garbage. I don't know. It didn't really. I like saw like there was something about it, but didn't really see anything in detail about it because whatever. He's not running for president. And apparently, this was him trying to like draw attention or whatever. So he's got his high-vis vest. There's also a footage clip of him like trying to climb into it, where he walks up to it, reaches out to grab the handle, misses again. On his third attempt, he manages to grab it, open the door, and climb his way in. Like, man,
Joe Biden or Trump?
Trump. This is all Trump.
Oh,
This is
all
this
Trump.
is the garbage. This is the garbage truck stunt. All right. And I think what it's supposed to be like. Oh yeah, Trump's gonna show up. He's gonna take out the trash. He's gonna deal with the deep state. Blah blah. It's like, no.
I guess
No, it's
the
not.
biggest symbol here is that his entire campaign is full of trash. This is the only thing I will take from this.
Oh yeah, like one like I think it was like one of like his members of the campaign staff like went like on record. Yeah, they like threatened to like sue me if I or like basically fucking end me if I whistle blew the amount of corruption that was going on in the Trump campaign organization.
Poof.
Anyway. And now we have Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan podcast. Quote Donald Trump. Dictators are the smartest people. President Xi controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. Joe Rogan. But dictators are evil and dangerous. Actually, we have evil people in our country.
You know, calling dictators the smartest people means you mean every dictator, which means But, like, if people, like, I don't know how educated like the overall population
Not
when it
very.
comes to history, but if they would know certain dictators and especially details about them,
Oh no, there's
This
definitely
would
no
be-
details. No details.
this would, oh my god, this would be the biggest red flag you would ever have.
Oh yeah.
Not even for, like, even if it would be someone in the Congress or something, even a mayor, it would be the biggest red flag to never give that person a leading political role.
Exactly.
Never. Like, on God, never.
Look, this is the guy who's said he's friends with Putin and has apparently had continued communication with him after leaving office. He's praising President Xi Jinping of China, and he's previously said, and he's previously been very prominent friendship with Kim Jong Un.
Yes.
Alright? Like, literally, that's like Brahmo. And he's like saying, "Oh no, the dictator. Actually, the bigger problem is the enemy within, which is his term for the Democrats." All right, this is the man who has on multiple occasions, like one of his things is he gets elected and he promises to be a dictator on day one. That's like his thing that he said. And people are
King Trump.
Oh, and don't forget, the Supreme Court said, all the people he put on the Supreme Court said that any official presidential action, they are completely immune from any criminal responsibility. So long as it was within their official duties.
Nah, man. If Trump wins, that is going to be the saddest day of democracy.
Now, the thing is, there's no way he wins the popular vote, because that just doesn't happen. It's never gonna happen. No Republican in my lifetime has won the presidential popular vote, but there's still been 3 different Republican presidencies in my lifetime, because it's so heavily gerrymandered and the Electoral College is fucking bullshit and gives them such a huge advantage. It's ridiculous.
God.
It's just annoying and awful, and the thing is, though, to change it, we basically need a constitutional amendment, and that's never going to happen. Hell, even if it's just they went back to actually expanding the House of Representatives so there's more people in it, which correlates to more electoral votes, that'd be good, because that would decrease how ridiculously overrepresented the low population of rural states that are the Republican strongholds have.
I mean, overall, if I remember correctly, the problem about your democratic system is that it's also old, because it has been one of the first ones.
It's
but
a really
it's
old system designed to work in a very large country where the fastest internet is dude on a horse. Also, it was designed at a time where the citizenry who should vote was rich white dudes who own land.
And I guess it's slowly time to change it a bit, because now things are far more different.
Yep.
Alright, where are we now?
Next up, we're going to the strange land of San Francisco. The home of every single alien attack movie that is not set in New York. San Francisco has recently signed a contract, I think it was with Hitachi, I didn't actually write it down, to pay them $212 million to upgrade its tram system, so it is no longer reliant on the 5.25-inch floppy disk.
What?
Yeah.
The San Francisco tram system
Yes.
is being upgraded to no longer be using the 5.25-inch floppy disk.
No, please, how is this run on a floppy disk?
Data for some of the systems with it are stored on floppy disks.
But why did it take that long to switch to it? Like,
Because
The nuclear codes are still on floppy disks.
Japan's
What's
still on
still on
floppy
floppy
disks.
The nuclear missile silos are still on floppy disks, and those are so old they're actually floppy.
this is crazy.
Which, to be fair, Darius,
I mean, yeah,
who the fuck knows
they're
how
good.
to hack? Who the fuck knows how to hack floppy disks?
Yeah, fair. I mean, yeah, it's quite.
Systems that
Still-
old aren't hackable because none of the hacking tools are designed to work on systems that old.
Just hearing that is always wild, to be honest.
That's why American
it wants
nuclear
that floppy
submarines
disk.
use a variant of Windows XP. Yeah, also part of that's the fact the computer systems upgrade so quickly. A lot of these systems are pre-digital, and they're being manhandled to work. Like, case in point, like the M1 Abrams, one of its major upgrades at one point was fully digitizing the systems. The famous C-130 and AC-130, the funny propeller cargo plane that has the funny gunship version. From the C-130J, they put a big giant 300-something pound brick in the front because they switched to digital systems which weigh so much less it threw off the center of gravity. So they just put a big metal brick in the front because that was easier than readjusting the whole center of gravity.
That's funny.
But yeah, San Francisco's tram system is being moved off the floppy disk.
How long is that going to
Don't know.
take?
But that's
Okay.
a news headline I saw that's happening.
Now the tram systems get revolutionized.
Yeah, and San Francisco is also one of the few cities in the US that actually kept its tram systems despite General Motors' best efforts.
It's the only city I actually can think of that they have.
They have their streetcars still.
Wait, is there any other American city that has it?
Very few.
Very few.
I know
Yeah.
that Pasadena has a couple of streetcars. Not traditional streetcars, but trams.
San Francisco
interesting.
has honest to god traditional streetcars.
Yeah.
I just always knew about San Francisco, but never about any other. But yeah, good to know that.
Anyway, Philadelphia's district attorney has filed their lawsuit against Elon Musk and his $1 million voter scheme for being an illegal lottery. So, as was covered last week, Elon Musk had his scheme to hand out $1 million every day to registered voters who sign his petition, which was questionably legal at best, and he's actually officially been charged by the Philadelphia District Attorney.
Based.
Now, Elon Musk lawyers are trying to argue that it should be moved to federal court, and the Philadelphia, even though this is like, the state is like doing it, so it would be in state court. They're basically trying to argue that the district attorney is the one filing the lawsuit, rather than like the state filing the lawsuit with him acting as an agent of the state. Because obviously, if they go to federal court, that's where all the Trump-appointed judges are.
Of course. And that would blow into nothing.
But anyway, yeah, he's getting what he fucking deserves.
Yep.
Anyway, we have some honest-to-God good news coming out of Apple, of all places.
Wait, Apple has good news? Okay.
Yes.
I like apples.
I too.
So, Forrest Gump's Fruit Company they have announced that they have USDA approval for the new generation of AirPods to be actually like legitimately licensed to function as hearing aids for minor hearing
Oh,
loss.
that's good.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, which is both cool as cool. But the bigger thing for that is because they're like fairly standard. They're AirPods. That one of the it's legitimately good because it can help reduce the stigma of wearing hearing aids.
I remember when I was in school, there was a girl, she wasn't made fun of, but she was seen as lesser than other kids for wearing hearing aids.
Cringe.
Yeah, it sadly happened. So.
help, but no, she was a very good friend of mine.
Yeah. It's cringe.
Yeah, I guess when it's airports, it's going to fit a bit more in.
Yeah.
So, which is very good because that makes
Only
it.
problem I can realistically see about this is teachers.
The price? Oh, the teacher. Oh, yeah, true. The teachers, yeah.
Oh
There
yeah.
are teachers here in the United States that refuse to read the medical records for the child when they have accommodations. The most famous is a Reddit incident where a teacher actually cut the wires of a kid's insulin tube because she thought it was wires for a headphone.
Wait, they're allowed to cut?
Nope,
No,
they're not.
they're
They're
not
not allowed
Okay,
to do that.
okay.
They are
Okay, so it
absolutely
was a
not
crazy
allowed
teacher.
to do that, but she was power tripping because she was teaching a bunch of kids, and one is out of line, according to her. Even though every other teacher this child had knew that's his insulin tube.
Nobody hurts a child like an adult on a power trip.
I just.
I
I
know.
just
I
ask
know.
myself
I know.
always
One of my
why.
favorite variants of one of those stories is like the power tripping person. Like, oh no, you have to go to the nurse's office to do your insulin shots or whatever, because this was old times and that was the thing instead of the modern insulin pumps. And like that, for some reason they or whatever, like the nurse wasn't in, and they weren't allowing the student to like self-medicate, even though they've been doing this for like literal years. So they just walk over to the payphone because you can tell it's old, because it's payphone. And we just call down 911. It's like, yo, the school's not letting me into the nurse's office to take my insulin. Fire department shows up, just walks straight past all the administrators. Like, this is the door it's in, and then just pull out the fire axe to prepare to just break down the door. And suddenly the administrators were perfectly fine with letting them self-medicate their insulin.
Oh, okay.
All it took was the fire department show up. It was like, alright, we get to break shit, let's go!
Yeah. It's an emergency if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah, full on, they're prepared to here's Johnny this shit. Which is a double reference for you if you know what if you're familiar with that. Because that's from The Shining where
Yeah.
breaking
Oh, I
down
thought
the
about
door.
The Shining.
About the other one?
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
same.
Yeah, it's double reference because it's the breaking down the door in The Shining, but that scene had to be reshot because the first time around, the actor broke through the door too quickly because he was a volunteer firefighter and he knew what he was doing,
Ah, okay.
and he basically just immediately carved his way through the door, like instantly. So they had to redo
Oh,
it with a prop that was heavily reinforced door to be able to.
Oh, Jack Nicholson was a firefighter?
Yeah, he was
That's
like a
crazy.
volunteer firefighter, so he knew how to break down doors.
So
Then
was
Jack
Stephen
Nicholson.
in fact.
Ooh, okay.
Stephen
Anyway.
was famously a firefighter, a volunteer firefighter in New York, and he actually went to volunteer his time down at Ground Zero post 9/11.
I know there was. I know during like the last big Turkish earthquakes, I think it was, there was someone who, it's a man with dwarfism who goes out to these disaster areas because he's so small he can crawl through the rubble better to find people. And
The disaster gnome!
Yeah.
No, that's mean.
he can like better crawl through the rubble to find people, and the people who are trapped can crawl through it to like get them like food and water to help them last long enough they can be dug out, sort of thing.
Disaster gnome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to like recreate that with Senchi. Because that's basically what he did.
Anyway, we're nearly done with things with the idea box. Jimmy.
Yep.
Valencia got feuded.
Okay, so I looked at this to try and understand the name in English, but I didn't find any kind of name. So I'm just gonna go with the Spanish name, which is Dana, or more currently known in Valencia as the Gotafria. Yes, it's a yearly event around the months of October and November where a and I also have to try and translate in time. So it's basically a mass of very cold air hitting a really big warm current of air, which provides like a lot of rain, like a lot of heavy rain. And so what this does is, it's usually like we've had this before other years. This is a normal occurrence, but this year's is very bad. It's very strong. It's like unnaturally strong, you know? To the point that by the time I posted that, there were 100 people dead, but not that long ago I checked, and there are now more than 200 people dead. And a lot of people are still missing. So
Did also damage like okay, yeah, continue.
Yes, there's a lot of damage, but I want to, before I get to actual damage, I want to go through what is, are you doing okay? Yeah. My family and I have been kind of lucky enough to be in an area that hasn't been affected too greatly. Like, yeah, we've had rain. It's currently raining outside, but it's not to the point of flooding. Like, we're not in danger of a flood that could endanger our lives. You know? But yeah, it's spooky. It's very scary. So
I was looking it up, by the way. It's called a cold drop, like a drop of water. Gota is drop as in drop of water.
yeah,
And,
but I guess it's like when I say gota fria, it's a more like popular denomination.
Yeah, it's a dana, which is what I'm trying to find the explanation for in English. Okay. It refers to a pool of cooler air high in the atmosphere that can separate from the jet stream, causing it to move slowly and often lead to high impact rainfall. It is most common in autumn.
Oh, okay.
And
So basically, it's just like a big drop of cold air just barreling downwards.
Yep, that's literally it. And so again, I'm fine, but we looked at images of like a shopping center that we used to go to, and we saw like the supermarket, and it was terrifying because you could see like the register boxes, they were like covered in water. Like you could barely see the outline, the upper outline of the water. And it was terrifying to see because it's like, if this hit us, what would happen? It's scary to think about what could happen if it hit you.
Just thank your lucky stars it did.
Yeah, that's where we are. We're very lucky that it hasn't hit us. It hasn't hit the capital either. Like Valencia capital has been fine, but there was someone was talking about it, and they were like on top of a tree, and they're like, I could see corpses going by the river as I was on top of a tree waiting for the rain to stop. Just onto a tree for dear life.
It sounds like Katrina, but like post Katrina. That's exactly what it was like.
Like we've not had like, there was a picture as well. I don't know where it is, but there was like, oh, this is where the water rose in the flood of 1954, and then you see like a mark of like mud against the wall, like double the height of the original mark. It's terrifying.
Global warming's a bitch.
I posted a picture.
The article did say that climate change is a big factor as to why this one was so intense.
Yeah, and it's also
When I first saw like stuff about like mass flooding in Spain, I'm like, wait, did Spain get hit by a fucking hurricane? What? That was my first reaction.
It's pretty close to it.
yeah,
It look by the look of it.
but it's not a
Yeah,
hurricane
floods can
itself,
get
but it's
bad.
fairly close to one. So I posted
It's a different phenomenon, but it has the same kind of primary cause of damage, that being gargantuan quantities of rain.
like to put in perspective, as to how like dangerous this one was. We got like I'm pretty sure I was streaming. when this
200
happened.
people died.
Yes, me. Yes, but that's not what I was going to go to. To the point that while I was pretty sure I was still streaming, my phone started ringing like if it was a fucking like a tornado alert. It was spooky because it was like a really loud alert on my phone just ringing.
The disaster alarm.
Yeah, basically. It's like, please do not exit your homes. Please stay there. Do not move. Do not try to go places with cars, because a lot of people that died are people that went out to get the car to move it somewhere else safely.
A car is not worth your life.
Yeah. And so, you know, they got washed away with the current, and they didn't make it. Like, my mom, I think, was telling me, like, a story of, like, a mom and a child, and, like, a mom, a dad, and a small child, that they went with a car. They don't really exactly know why they took the youngest of the 3 kids, and all 3 of them. Thank the stars, it was only one of them. But still. And they went to move the car because, you know, they heard about the news, and it was like, well, we're gonna move it. But they were a little too late. Once they were going to move it, it was already hitting, and they got washed away. They found the father alive. I have no idea what happened to the mom and the baby.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that they are safe.
Yeah,
Floods
what?
are
Yeah.
one of the most terrifying ways to die, because even if you can get yourself to hold on, there is... What people don't tell you about floods is that it's not just getting washed away that will kill you. It's not just drowning that will kill you.
It's whatever
all of
comes
the
by.
other stuff. No, it's all of the other contents in the water that are running at the same speed as you in different directions, and you don't know what's in that water. It could very well be a tree, it could be pieces of furniture, it could be a car, anything. You can be smashed to bits in that floodplain. In the 1900s here in California, there's actually a flood that is pretty forgotten about, from the St. Francis River Dam failure. It actually ran through my city and through Dio City. But what happened is 600 people lost their lives because the dam was built incorrectly. It was not adequate enough to hold the amount of water that was in it, and people were washed away. Dam keepers' whole families were vanished, and operators had to call as many people as they could to save them, but they could not save the farm workers who did not have phones.
Yeah.
Everything was washed away, and when the water finally subsided, rescue crews were sent out like on donkeys, because, you know, it's the 1900s, 1907 I believe it was.
Yeah.
And for some people, they didn't find the people themselves, they found pieces. You are being pulverized in that water. I know that one man, he was actually found buried in sediment. The only thing sticking out of the dirt and mud were his fingertips, but he was buried straight up and down in the sediment. Floods are really one of the worst ways to go. There's a multiple points of failure. There's the pulverization, there's drowning, there's exhaustion, that you just get swept away to drown.
Mm-hmm.
There's... what is it?
Depending on the region, hypothermia?
Yeah, hypothermia. Even if you don't pull yourself to land, if you're not rescued in time, if you can't dry yourself off, or can't find heat in time, hypothermia is a big risk.
Dehydration.
Dehydration, because you can't drink that fucking water.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in it. Especially if it's a tsunami. That's salt water. That'll dehydrate you faster.
Yep.
You can't eat. You could starve. And then there's any pathogens in the water. That could get you sick.
Yeah.
Flooding just has so many different points of failure for the human, for any living organism. It's just fucked up. And it's my condolences to all the people who lost their families in that flood.
Nintendo!
What a nice way to go to the.
They
But yeah.
made a music app, apparently, according to Jimmy.
Okay, Yeah, please.
Oh, that's right.
Let's move on from that. So, basically, because I checked it. So, Nintendo made an app called literally Nintendo Music. If you own the subscription for the online Nintendo system, NSO, you get this app for free. And it's quite literally just an app that you boot up, and there's a bunch of Nintendo music. It is It is very well organized. Like there is, there's Nintendo music by consoles. Then you can choose like the game that you want to play if that's your fancy, and all that. And it's very cool because it's a lot of music, first of all, and it's all like really well organized as well. And
I think my one complaint about continue.
But yeah, it's said, I'm pretty sure I've heard that there is a chance that it might get like constant updates for more music.
I imagine so, as Nintendo releases more games.
Or just from older ones.
Also true. I think my one complaint about it's not a complaint. It's like porque, right? Is that Nintendo actually has playlists for each character that you can listen to on this app. For instance, I'm going to use the Zelda playlist for this example because it's the one I have a problem with. Why is her playlist almost exclusively only her theme from different games? Like, I get why, but what I wanted, right, is I want each character to play songs, and, like, I want to see which songs characters would like from different games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if Link is listening to a playlist while he's wrecking shit in Hyrule, is he listening to Doom music or not? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Just an example.
Link's favorite music.
Yeah. I want to know.
Isabel's favorite music is Doom. Isabel's favorite music is Doom, and Doomslayer's favorite music is Animal Crossing. That's how it works.
Yes.
It's crazy, yeah.
I need them to have playlists like that, not just music exclusive to their games.
There's also there's some weird selection of games too for some reason, like Nintendogs. Not that I have anything against Nintendogs, I love the game. I have 2 copies of Nintendogs.
To be fair, on the the YouTube playlist, Nintendo Music 2, go Head Empty 2. Head Empty playlist.
Yes.
No thoughts, Head Empty. Nintendogs comes up quite a bit. People like listening to Nintendogs music.
I mean, Nintendogs is a go-to game, and if you tell me no, you're wrong. But
I'm so sad I lost my copy of Nintendogs when I was 11.
My condolences. I remember I have it. Like I have a copy of Nintendogs myself. I have my original Dalmatians copy, and then my sister one day was like, "Hey, there's this copy of Nintendogs for $2. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Bet."
Yes.
And I have another copy of Nintendogs.
Based.
Which I have not deleted the data, by the way. I have the dogs that came with it.
Yeah, I want my golden retriever one again.
I had Dalmatian, and I had the titular Dalmatian, but the dog that I had the most time spent was a Yorkshire Terrier.
Terrier.
Dog.
Little dog.
Dog.
Tiny
dog do?
Tiny puppy. She, fun fact, her name is Becky.
Ecke! Okay.
She is the original incarnation of that name.
She is
I
actually
think one
the
of your
first
emotes
one.
is that, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Really good
Riz.
to know that history.
Jimmy Lore.
I mean, it's
This
not
is hardcore Jimmy lawyers.
I mean, it's not that interesting. I'm not.
Now
I
it's
don't
one of
have
his
that-
Flareon OCs.
It's.
It is quite interesting to me.
It's not one
Okay.
of its the Flareon I was saying. Excuse you.
The Pika. The
But you
Pika.
had more than one.
Well, it's the original Flaring House 8.
Fair enough.
You know.
Anyway. We're almost done. That one can wait. I'm cognizant of the time, because PMD&D. So...
Okay, we got time.
I do have soon to go, so yeah.
I
Let's
also
do the
gotta eat
Ranma thing and then Harambe 2.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, Mr. Peanut.
Oh, Peanut and... Oh yeah, I saw that.
We'll
And
get
so-
to that.
Is blaming...
We'll get to that, Jimmy. First things first.
You will-
Ranma.
So, as of 5 weeks ago, Ranma 1/2 has received a reboot on Netflix. The first anime came out in 1989, and it's a series by Rumiko Takahashi, who you might know as the creator of Urusei Yatsura and Inuyasha. She's also involved in Yashahime, the sequel series to Inuyasha. She's also known as the Queen of Manga, because she's so incredibly based, yeah. she's incredibly talented. She's a beloved manga writer and artist. So Ranma 1/2, to give a quick little summary, follows the story of Ranma Saotome and his arranged fiance Akane Tendo. Now, neither of them really like that they're arranged to marry each other, but it is forced between their dads to unify their school of martial arts, the Saotome School of Anything Goes. However, Ranma and Genma, his dad, both have this curse that is laid on them when they went on a training expedition to China. They went to a place called Jusenkyo, and they fell each into a cursed pool of water. So now, whenever Genma gets splashed with cold water, he turns into a panda. And when Ranma gets splashed with cold water, he turns into a girl. Both of them revert back to original form when they're water.
I like how that dichotomy. One of them turns into a panda, the other turns into a woman.
There are other characters that have
One of
also
them
come-
becomes a furry, the other is just trans.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So that's the
They're
plot?
literally gender fluid.
I do plan to watch Ranma, but yeah. So I still ask
Gender
myself if I should,
fluid, the cursed water.
Yes.
if I should
so,
watch the original or the remake now. So yeah.
So
There's
yeah.
people who
so,
wouldn't call that very cursed.
Carby.
So
I think Kyrie would consider both of those a win.
Yeah.
yeah, if you're gender fluid, this ain't a curse. This is just a win. However, because it is the 80s, chauvinism is extremely prevalent throughout the show. But if you're watching it through the lens of now, you actually see how Ranma becomes less chauvinistic and more comfortable in his female form as the show progresses, and as the manga progresses too. There are other characters that are also able to transform. We haven't gotten to yet in the remake, but there is Shanfu, who is a Chinese Amazon. She turns into a cat, which is a problem because Ranma defeated her in combat, and according to Chinese law, or Chinese Amazonian law, she is set to marry him. So she's also now a fiance, and Ranma has a fear of cats.
So we've also got the harem anime going.
The Lord
Yes.
deepens. The Lord.
We also have Ryoga, who is Ranma's friend? Question mark? Because they've known each other since middle school, but you know they're also fighting each other to the death.
Okay,
So a friendly rivalry.
They're frenemies. They're
Sorta.
frenemies. They like disliking one another.
Kinda. So
Song from Phineas and Ferb.
basically, I'll go through the spoiler for episodes 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. But basically, Ryoga wants to beat up Ranma because Ranma used to take his bread in middle school, so they were gonna fight. Ryoga told Ranma to wait in the back of his house to fight, right? And they were gonna fight in an empty lot right behind Ryoga's house. The problem with Ryoga is that he has the worst sense of direction I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Damn, he's straight up Leon from.
He's Leon
Do
from
you
Waking-
remember where? Okay, where did I say the empty lot is that they were going to fight in?
behind his house.
Do you want to know how long it took him to find that empty lot?
20 minutes.
3 days.
Behind his own house?
Yes. He went
Damn.
all over Japan
Oh my
before
god.
he got to the empty lot.
Damn.
He got there. He didn't even get there on the 3rd day. He got there on the 4th.
Damn. That's worse than Leon.
This is where that trope comes from.
Damn.
Forever lost
So-
character.
That transcends comically bad to just being bad.
Yeah. So
He has lost his sorrow.
It's like there's
Ranma-
bad, then there's
No,
comically bad, and then he's rolled over to just being bad again.
yeah. So what happened was, Ranma actually waited in that empty lot behind Ryoga's house for 3 days, but had to leave on the 4th because his dad was taking him on that training expedition to China.
Oh boy.
And then when Ryoga got there, he assumed that Ranma fled. And he refuses to accept that him being late for 3 days is the reason why Ranma wasn't there anymore. Because any other normal person would have just left after an hour. Or at least knocked on the door. But that's the level of stupidity we're going with Ranma 1/2. But that is pretty much the same throughout the manga and the 2 anime adaptations. It's a comedy, slapstick, romance anime, and I love it very much with all of my heart. It was one of my first major anime that I watched, that I saw on like Pokemon VHS tapes.
It does sound quite cool. So yeah,
It's like,
do plan
I
to
don't know
watch
how
it.
many of you guys have seen Pokemon on VHS tape.
Nope.
I'm completely out of Pokemon anime stuff. So yeah.
That's okay. But on the Pokemon anime, there is always this ad for Ranma 1/2, the movie, Big Trouble in
Oh, that
Nekonmon,
was
China.
nice.
That was the show. That was what finally got me curious enough to watch it. So I did, and I've been stuck here ever since. I love it very much. It's a bisexual dream. Nudity is in the show, so if you're uncomfortable with that, I wouldn't watch it too much, because while it isn't ecchi, it's not lewd in any way. It's just nudity presented as is. It's like, to get it into your head, Ranma is a girl. Like, biologically a girl at this point in time.
Yeah.
Anytime Ranma and Akane are on screen is really great. I love them both very much. They're both tsunderes. So if you don't like tsunderes, you're fucked. Because that's all they are.
Oh my god, so it's like who's trying to out tsundere one another?
But it's not the tsundere as in the, like, it's not like I like you or anything, baka. No, it's the, I genuinely don't know what to do with these feelings, and violence is all I know. Tasing you is the only way that I can feel, or insulting you is the best way I can feel normal about these feelings. Because, you know, they're both 16.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Teenagers.
Yeah. One of the main differences between the 1989 version and the 2024 version is that whereas we're only 5 episodes into the 2024 version, to get to the same point in time that we are in 1989, it's 10 episodes. We're in double time.
They've streamlined it.
Yeah, they've streamlined it. They took out a lot of the filler that was in the 1989 anime, which a lot of fans like. You know, it's sticking closer to the manga. It's adapting it more faithfully.
Yeah.
But a lot of that filler is really cool, I think. It's
There's
really
a difference between filler and filler.
Yeah, it's like the good filler where it adds more characterization to the characters.
Yeah.
Like that bit where I said the lot was behind Ryoga's house, that's exclusive to the 1989 anime. I don't know about the manga, but it was not in the remake. They didn't mention that detail.
I see.
There's also instances where we see Ryoga as a fighter more often. We see that he's a good guy, generally speaking. We see that he is super strong, possibly even physically stronger than Ranma, but not. He don't think a lot. So Ranma.
So he's a himbo.
He's a
himbo.
Saitama.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't think a lot about his actions, so Ranma is able to outmaneuver him in terms of strategy.
Ah yes, the
Oh, yeah,
tactical
big brain
decision
time.
of skill issue.
Mm-hmm.
The tactical decision of skill issue.
What else was there? A lot of some of the cutaway gags, not cutaway gags, but of the mini gags. For instance, the like I would mention with Ryoga, where they're just sitting together and eating bread because Rama went ahead and buy bread to get Ryoga to stop attacking him. There in the 1989 version, there's like a little joke where they sit together and eat it. But they don't do that in the remake. There's a scene where Ranma and Akane just sit together quietly eating McDonald's, and that's not in the 2024 version either.
That's amazing.
But-
Imagine not giving McDonald's.
Yeah, imagine not getting McDonald's. But it's like just to show that awkwardness between the two. After Akane tries to, goes through this big hardship. However, both anime are really good. I love the charm of the cell drawings of Ranma. Super pretty. And I miss her red hair in this adaptation. I really wish she still had the red hair.
Wait, she's not redhead in the adaptation?
She has pink hair now.
Oh.
So, female Ranma, Ranko, as called by the fandom, she has red hair in the 1989 anime, like fiery red,
Mm-hmm.
and she keeps the blue eyes
Yeah.
that Ranma has in both forms. In the 2024 version, she has pink hair, which is more like to the manga, apparently. Some drawings of the manga, and she has the pink eyes. She also has pink eyeshadow instead of the purple one she has in the 1989. Personally, I don't like Mappa's drawing style too much, just because it's a little bit too chibified, too pillowy. But the way they animated everything is incredible. I love their reaction shots a lot. The slapstick still lands. We're still laughing at how stupid Ryoga is, but I love him. Ranma's a dumbass with, he's dumb of ass with the worst case of foot and mouth syndrome I've ever seen.
Foot in mouth?
Yeah, foot and mouth. Foot and mouth is an expression where you just talk without speaking. You're kind of sticking your foot in your mouth. You're not making any sense.
He's got the certified politician speech pattern.
Yeah. Like, one moment he'll tell Akane, "You're really cute when you smile." And then 2 seconds later, he's like, "Why the fuck are you smiling at yourself? You look weird." But yeah. You can start on, if you want less filler, start with the 2024.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, it's super enjoyable. But if you want more Ranma, like more side stories, more character interactions, go with the 1989. You cannot go wrong with either, but that is basically what we're going for.
It's funny. I think of like anime that I've been watching recently and that I need to watch. I need to finish Dragon Ball Z.
I have not finished Dragon Ball Z. I finished Dragon Ball, I just never finished Dragon Ball Z.
Like, I know it's bad to skip Dragon Ball and go straight to Z, but nostalgia fan, but nostalgia. I remember Dragon Ball Z more than OG Dragon Ball.
I remember a lot.
Goku driving a car, best filler episode.
I was about to talk about that.
I haven't watched it, but I've been told it's the best filler episode ever.
Such a funny episode.
Piccolo drives the car too.
Yeah. By the way, fun fact: Piccolo's only 3 years older than Gohan,
Technically, yeah.
which is hilarious to say because to think about because he's one of the more level-headed characters from Earth.
It looks like Namekians just age faster than Earthlings.
Yeah. I mean, look at Dende.
Anyway, to wrap up, to give Mina time to go do prep for PMD&D, I'm planning on skipping the Microsoft and Google thing until next week because that's not time sensitive. But do we want to talk about Harambe 2?
Harambe 2.
Alright, Harambe 2, Squirrel Boogaloo. So, this is apparently in New York. There was some, like, either Instagram and or TikTok person who they had adopted an orphaned baby squirrel and were doing stuff with them on the social medias, as you do. And I'd never heard of them, but apparently it was like Peanut the squirrel was moderately popular on those platforms or whatever. And apparently what happened is, the other part of this is recently also had like an injured raccoon dropped off at the guy's house, and he was helping the raccoon recover. Apparently, like the New York State government basically came in, confiscated them, and ended up euthanizing them both.
They euthanized them.
Yeah. So apparently, it's the reason. The official reasoning for everything is that as they're classified as wild animals, that is a special permit for that he didn't have. Then apparently the squirrel, at least the squirrel, and presumably the raccoon too, but it specifies the squirrel bit someone at some point, which means that per policy they have to check it for rabies, and apparently that can only be done via autopsy or something.
So they just killed the squirrel to make sure it didn't have rabies.
Yeah.
Just being scared of the squirrel.
Yeah. And he's obviously very pissed about that, and a lot of the internet's very pissed about it. And there's been some memes about it or something.
I've also heard. Sorry, I've also heard that it was because of a woman who called on these investigators. Because
I didn't see anything about that, but I didn't look into it very closely. So.
Yeah, it might have been a woman calling into these investigators because she thought the animals were being exploited for views. It's just like, what?
Which is fair, you
Heat
know.
a moment.
There have been instances where animals have been exploited for views on YouTube, and it's been monetized, where they'll intentionally put the creature in danger and then pretend to save them for feel-good points. However,
That's very different, though.
rabies was not the way to go.
No, it's not even like that. That was why they euthanized the squirrel, because the squirrel apparently bit someone, and they have to check it for rabies, and apparently they have to kill the squirrel to do that. I guess.
Very crazy.
And like apparently he said he was like actively in the process of like getting like all the paperwork sorted out when this happened. Apparently.
It's not like you're just gonna leave him to die while you're waiting on paperwork.
Yeah. It wasn't like he was like just trying to get the permit or whatever to get it like registered as like a pet, but like apparently he was also trying to get the squirrel the paperwork to be registered as an official like educational animal.
I believe the raccoon was also euthanized.
Yeah, the raccoon I believe was also euthanized, but I believe from what I read, his plan with that was after he finished nursing it back to health, he was gonna release it back into the wild. The raccoon.
Which is typically what, you know, rescues do. They'll release. They'll even do that with cats and dogs, but only after being spayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that. I can tell you that much.
The article I briefly read on it also said that apparently they like basically shook down his entire house or whatever, as well as part of it. So it's like he's not just that they came in, they took my squirrel, and they euthanized my squirrel. It's also that apparently he felt like very like targeted by it.
You just know that lady was in PETA and she preferred that squirrel euthanized than nursed back to health.
Yep.
Well, apparently he like had the squirrel for a while too. So. Yeah. And the internet's obviously very upset about this, and yeah.
You just know someone is going to find out who made that tip, the anonymous tip.
Yep.
Hopefully, yeah.
And with that, though, I feel like that's a good place to end it. We've been going for several hours at this point.
About 4 hours, and that gives me 1 hour to prep.
3 hours. We've been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes.
It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yep.
We started at around 9.
I mean,
Next week we've got some nuclear power stories.
we did start later than usual because we were doing all the prep work.
Oh, that's right.
So
I guess I
that's-
just can't. The time I woke up.
Yep.
I'm gonna go eat.
We could raid Harpy.
We could raid Harpy.
By the way, chat, I'm gonna keep streaming after this. I'm just gonna do a start and stop. So, yeah, baby.
Like
more
an hour, we're gonna
So we
go
finished
over
up.
Yep. Then like an
Yeah,
hour.
we need to raid someone.
A reminder, in like an hour, over on twitch.tv/Mina the Raichu, we got PMD&D.
Right, I'll take a
Thank
break.
you.
I'll do D&D and then I'll hop back.
Wait, there's gonna be some drama for that, let me tell ya.
Go to Jimmy.
We
You're
got
not gonna
the
take a big
aftermath of
trouble
last
with
session.
something else? Nah.
I put down notes for what I wanted to do. That's how serious this is gonna be, chat.
So there's
Send them
two,
over.
there's two people I could raid. I could either raid Harpy, or I could raid Ryan.
Harpy's playing Pokemon right now.
And Ryan's playing Monkey. Oh. He's playing Donkey.
Hold on,
Kong
Darius,
Country.
have you seen Jimmy's Be Right Back screen?
Not. No, I didn't.
Behold! Look at
Jimmy,
him
show
go!
that to Darius.
Are you looking at stream?
Yes,
Alright.
but I have probably a bit of a delay.
There we go.
So yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, he's
behold!
delayed.
Oh, this. Oh, Flareon.
The baby.
Bean!
Look at him go. It's always like, I'm gonna be right back. Look at him go. Just a little guy.
He got the zoomies.
Spinning.
He got the zoomies.
He got
It's a very huggable creature.
the- Yes, very huggable creature. The
Yes.
huggable.
So anyhow then, thank you for having me. It was quite a lot to be on the Roomba.
Again,
Yeah.
you're more than
Glad
welcome
to
to
have
come
you.
back.
Oh, I sure will. It was a lot of fun, and I like to talk about the topic. So yeah.
Alright, perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So yeah.
If you have any suggestions, you can put them in the idea box too, Darius.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I for sure will. I do have a lot. I do have a lot about Austria. So yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
just realized, you know what we didn't have this week? We didn't have a Middle East segment.
True.
True.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything to put in there on the Middle East this week.
I mean, it's not like.
Whoa.
nothing's
I
not-
don't know if
call
that's
that a
good or
win.
bad.
Call that a win for now.
Yep.
Yep.
By the way,
So yeah.
I just little tangent. I was looking through my uncle's house the other day, and I found a set of for like. Oh my god, the game we were talking about the other day. Ludo. A set of Ludo items, and like the dice were like wooden dice,
Fancy.
and
I
like,
do have to go now because I have to help someone. So bye bye.
Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Thank you, but
You too.
yeah.
Bye bye.
I found
I also
Bye-bye.
I found some wooden dice and some wooden tokens. I'm gonna raid. I'm gonna actually do it by a coin flip because I don't mind raiding either, or redeem it. But you know,
You could always land the dice or roll a die.
I mean, I was
See if
going
it
to
lands on
flip a
you.
coin because it's between two people.
That's fair. I was gonna
Roll
say
the
scissors
D2.
are odd.
Heads Harpy, tails Ryan. Harpy.
Harpy.
Yo,
Lady.
I love Harpy. I hope she comes back too. That'd be so much fun.
Zubat returned from space, please.
It's gonna. She's gonna return with like a crowbat, like a. She's gonna return to Zubat with a space helmet on.
As a Golbat with a space helmet, and then once with friends can evolve again.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so probably I don't know if I'll keep
Stop only having
streaming.
one.
Maybe I'll take a break, you know, for D&D and all that. But I
Break,
might
Get
go
some
back.
snacks. Get some drinks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have dinner soon. I hope. And yeah, and we're gonna keep on going because my brother doesn't come back until Tuesday, which means that I can stream for longer because I don't have to worry about someone having to wake up at 6 in the morning to go to work. Yippee!
Hog.
I mean, it's not like much changes anyway, but it's nice. It's nice. Anyway, if things go as planned, I might do more Gran Turismo 4, but Chat GPT recommends me on what the fuck to do. And if we continue on Monday, we'll have Mario Kart DS and other things, probably. Anyway, I will see you all then. Bye-bye, and thank you so much for playing my game.
Thanks for all the fish.
Fish. Jesus.
Bless you.
Thank